Welcome to the Smeggie Cave. How's everyone doing tonight? It's a late night Smeggie Cave. Thanks everyone for watching. Although I don't know if anyone's watching yet. But if you're watching after the fact, then you'll know that I'm talking to nobody. Hey, Troy's back. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up? Yeah, my computer went crazy.
Yeah, sure it did.
It's going crazy. Like it keeps shutting on and turning off, and I don't know what's wrong with it, but
Yeah, I don't know. Zeus wants a prize. What kind of prize you want, Zeus? What do you expect from me? You expect prizes?
you're sounding real robot-y.
Sure, audio is cracking, boss. Yeah. I will wiggle the thingamajigger, see if that works. Let me know if I ever get better.
Yeah.
Am I better or am I still messed up?
No, you don't sound good.
All right, hold up.
All right, well, I guess I'll take over while he's out.
Did that work?
Yes.
Am I still messed up?
Thank you. No, you sound great.
Excellent. Okay. And Zeus does not want a prize. I was just going to go downstairs and find a prize for you, buddy. I'm
I
still
bet
going
you.
downstairs. I don't care.
Yeah, I bet he has good prizes, man.
I'm changing oil. I don't have any oil. I'm doing well. So, yeah, I fired this up. I'm hoping other people will jump in. Not that I don't like Troy, because Troy's an awesome dude.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, everyone's like, where's the cave? Where's the cave? Where's the cave? Well, now I have a cave, and no one wants to join. So, what the hell?
I was calling for a cave too. Angelina, I think she jumped off gun channels and pretended like she's asleep.
Well, she might be. It's late and whatnot.
And G-Webs, he ignored me too.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. All right. So you guys know this picture. You see these blinds and you see this, so you know I'm in my gun room, which means, oh shit, I almost got on camera.
You did.
Oh man.
Erase it.
This is my bag of prizes.
Ooh.
So here, I'll just angle down a bit.
That Glock Perfection sticker is looking pretty perfection.
Ugh. Yuck. All right, hang on. Let me move over a little bit. So, yeah. Glock.
Yeah.
You don't want that, Zeus. That's dumb. Arizona Citizens Defense League patch. This is my bag of like extras or like swag and whatnot. So it's a lot of stickers. 8 Square Tactical, Magpul. Just shout out when you want something. Hex Mag patch. Banana clip.
Nice.
That's funny. I actually have a handful of these. Magic goggles.
Oh yeah.
What this was. Something or other.
Zeus, he's serious. He's gonna give you that prize.
Yeah, it might be like a while because I don't do shipping, but fuck it. So Dan Wesson. I don't know, a couple other stickers, whatever. Another Dan Wesson patch. I got a revolver sticker. That's from the Old West playing cards.
The G-Webs?
Yeah,
revolver?
That is from... Let me get rid of this fucking sig right here. So, Old West playing cards. This is a prototype deck. And then this is the actual deck. And I have a whole box of them. So, I have those. You're not getting any of those, so shut up. Those are mine.
Then why'd you put them on there?
Because I was showing off. But I do have some extra stickers, and I probably have some extra patches here too. Oh, here's another sticker.
Those are cool.
I got a SIG pen. That's pretty neat. In fact, I think I got that from Hash Tactical. She sent me a bunch of SIG stuff.
Oh,
So
that's still in the bag.
there's kind of a cool little like Night Force like optic thing. Like it's a picture of their optic. I'm not gonna lie, I grabbed them because I thought it was like a little like compass, and it's not. It's just like it's a little thing. But I got a couple of those. Those kind of neat. Aguila stickers. Like I said, most of these are stickers. There's another Dyson Wesson patch.
Shot some Aguila this weekend.
Big SIG sticker.
That's sick.
Oh, this wasn't supposed to be in there. So this is a baggie of every type of Gun Channels patch so far. Well, not every, because it doesn't have the other pink, but it's got the pink with the white. It's got the glow in the dark, just the regular black and white. It's got the green, and it's got the orange. But I have another bag that has all of those, and I have the pink one with the black lettering. So I'm not sure why this bag ended up in the giveaway bag.
You have a dedicated giveaway bag?
This is my dedicated giveaway bag. Yes.
When do you do giveaways?
Not
Now?
often.
Now?
I guess, yeah. I'll send you something, Zeus. Send me a message on Gun Channels. Just, I'm not gonna lie. Don't hold your breath, but eventually I'll send you something. An Anderson patch. What's this? Desert Design and Development patch. A chocolate gun show loophole patch.
That's cool.
This is more like, to be honest, I do the stuff. This is more. I'll grab this bag and I'll toss it in my thing for like if I go to NRA show or SHOT Show or whatever. If I want to trade somebody something,
Right.
I have a revolver patch from the old West playing cards. A Canic.
Ooh, it's Janik.
I grabbed these, the Heitzer or whatever. It's just like a postcard. Like I thought these were like stickers, but they're not. But they're still kind of neat. Be like pew 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 pew. But these are just postcards. Like these aren't a prize. They're just in there in case someone wants something. Different Canic patch. I have some IO. They were really nice. They were really nice at SHOT Show. IO, they were pretty cool. Like they were interested that we were interested in their stuff. Have a Hash Tactical decal. It is not showing up, but this is a decal. But it's the Hash Tactical. Another couple stickers for the Old West. I have a skull patch from the Old West playing cards. What is this? Conquest Sense sticker. VZ grips.
All right. Zeus says he'll take the banana clip or something random.
Oh, don't tell me that. Keltec
Ooh,
patch.
That's cool.
Here we go. P365 patch. Fiochi. Oh man, I have much more stickers than I do patches, but you know, it is what it is. But the banana clip, okay. I can do that. And then I can stop showing stuff. So I have like Geisley and should hit the fan50.com stickers, Hodgins, Night Force bumper sticker. So those are all bumper stickers or whatever. A Glock sticker.
Ooh, yeah, the Gen 5.
Seeking Precision. KG12. I got a bunch of these fucking gnomes. Rawr, look at me, I'm a gnome.
Are those the FN gnomes?
Oh, the KG12 gnomes.
Oh. Okay.
Night Force stickers. But he said the banana clip. So
But now he
okay.
says the skull patch is sweet. So I don't know. You got it. That's your business.
See, that's why you don't fucking say stuff till you know.
Hey, he said the banana clip was
I know.
cool.
I'm saying to him. So,
Oh,
what if I give him this PMAG sticker
that's sick.
and the skull patch? What if I do that? Would that make him happy? Palmetto State Arms patch, or I'm sorry, sticker. Nate Squared Tactical. Here's an 8 squared tactical holster right here. It's for a shield. I'm not giving this away. This is for when I buy a shield.
You
I
haven't got it
actually
yet?
won this holster from a Tac Daddy thing. So he likes the skull patch. So
Oh,
let
that's cool.
me, I guess, pull that back out. Yeah, hit me up on Gun Channel, Zeus. If you have a Gun Channels account, send me a message.
Which you should.
Um, yeah, you better. I see you all the time. Judge sticker. Anyways, I keep dropping shit. What the hell?
Watch out.
This is
Face. We see the back of your head.
What?
I said we see the back of your head.
Oh, well, whatever. Ultimate training munition sticker. I don't know. Whatever. This is all swag shit, so whatever. But you like this skull. Where the hell did it go? See, I probably shouldn't have put all this stuff away if you're gonna want stuff.
It's the third to the left. To the right. Right over there. You're almost there. You got it.
Fuck it! You know what? Here's some ear protection.
Ooh, 3M.
So he said he liked this one, but he also likes the skull. I don't know. Am I feeling generous? Can I give him both? I don't know.
Lofty statements on the internet right now.
I don't know. What should I do? Does he deserve anything? Did he even answer like a trivia question? No, he just showed up, which I like people who show up.
Yeah, people showing up always makes the show better.
So, how is this for a giveaway package with ear protection? Because you need some foams. So look at this, people who discredit the cave. This is a giveaway package going to Zeus. Hit me up, let me know. And then, like I said, I am legitimately not gonna lie. I suck at sending stuff out. So do not hold your breath. But if you send me a message, then I won't forget about you.
Just keep sending the messages.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Night Strike did, and it got to the point where he started pissing me off. But I did owe him that trigger, so I just hand-delivered it to him eventually. But it was like 2 years later. I'll try not to be 2 years. That seems a bit much. And I do have a little more free time, so I might be able to get to the shipping place. But I'm pulling it out separate, so it will be sitting separate from everything else. Oh yeah, I got this this Geisley luggage tag.
Ooh.
You know, you can fill out your name and stuff on the back.
Then they can search your bag.
Geisley. Fuck them.
Why has that guy got a Geisley bag patch?
So there you go. That's my giveaway stuff. Yeah, see, so I don't know why I had a bag with one of each gun channels in there when I have this one. And the only difference is that there is a pink G with the black and a pink G with the white. So this is like my personal bag of each gun channel's patch. So I have to have at least one. I mean, I have a handful of gun channels patches, but I have to definitely have at least one. So that's separate. What is this? Just like a random gun channels thing? All right, whatever. And these are my special patches. So I have a #tactical I have a murdered outgun websites.
Sick.
I have each version of the chair against the wall,
The chair is against the wall.
as well as the blue version. Now, I went out of my way to get the blue version on eBay. So, I paid a pretty penny for the blue version, and I keep them right next to the original versions.
Uh,
And then there is this type of chair with the blue one. So I'm just showing these just to show off. And then I have, I have two hash tacticals. So I guess I can keep one for myself and maybe give one away.
oh, that one looks like a Glock. The hash tactical.
Yeah, well, it's not my fault. Hash tactical. I mean, she has her own logo. I can't. So I guess that goes over here. I have two, so I'll go put those over there. And like I said, I have more gun channels ones, and I have a bunch of other stuff. I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes I get confused when I try and keep some separate. Like these are the ones that I have to keep myself, and then I have other ones that are doubles or extras. There you go. You guys ever see those little Glock keychains? Well, this is a CZ keychain, so it's actually worthwhile.
A CZ 1911?
No, a PO9. Pew! Pew,
Hey,
pew, 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 pew.
you're flagging me right now. And all the viewers.
Motherfucker, I'll flag you with a real gun. Hell, I'll flag you with a loaded gun. Yes, this is a fucking loaded gun. And I'll flag you with that. You guys got a problem with it? Fuck you.
Feeling
Be careful
dangerous.
when I put it back in the holster.
Yeah, be very careful.
Point it that way. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I joke around. I actually am safe when I actually have, like, my regular carry gun. But a little fucking keychain? Yeah. Pew, 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 pew. Fuck you if you get offended. I don't care. But that's one of my good ones. So I got the PO9, and I got a couple of Glocks. Then I got this bullshit. This Canic.
It's pronounced Janik.
Whatever, I don't care. It's a USB drive.
How do you get all of this swag?
That one's actually pretty cool.
That is cool.
I got that, and that's like the Aguila shotgun shell, which
The mini shells.
is a USB drive. So if only I could like load these two, like I could load this in here, it'd be like a double USB drive.
I'd have those on my keychain.
So that'd be pretty cool. But anyways, it is a April. Rawr! April. That was last year's. I feel, unfortunately, I feel like April is losing steam, and that hurts my feelings because I very much enjoy April.
I had an AK. I would make this April very celebratory.
Well, you can still celebrate AK. I dropped a SIG sticker. You can still celebrate April even if you don't own an AK. However, I did buy my AK. Was it last April or the one before?
Nice.
I even pulled the trigger while pointing it at you. You know why? Because I had just done that and I knew it was empty.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, there's my AK.
So what kind is that?
It is okay. It's a Frankenstein. So it's a DDI milled receiver, Hungarian parts kit, and it's Polish wood.
Nice.
But this is a Hungarian bayonet. So
where did you get that from?
The bayonet I got from G-Webs, as a matter of fact.
Oh, surprising.
So this is this AK is mostly Hungarian. It just doesn't have like the weird forward grip thing that the Hungarian one has.
And it has that side mount so you can put optics on it.
Yes. Yeah, it's got the side mount on the milled receiver.
Nice.
I mean, I do understand it's a Frankenstein. That it is what it is. If I could repeal 922R tomorrow, I would. And then, to be honest, my dream gun is 100% Russian, but that's mostly because my last name is 11 letters long and ends with Vich. So I like Russian stuff.
Oh, you're one of those people.
Anyway, all right. So that goes right there. That is Zeus's thing. I'll figure that out eventually. Oh, here is.
Hi, Tina. Hope you're doing good tonight.
What's up, Tina? Thanks for tuning in.
TFA. 9mm is here too.
I have this other AK-Pro patch, as well as this one. This was a previous year AK-Pro. Little egg-shaped. And I have some in my car. Like, I know I have the AK-Pro patch in my car. Oh, yeah. I got this bad mamma jamma. Quabam! Clover tack sticker. The thing with stickers, I do like stickers. I just don't have enough places to stick them. Oh, yeah. And I have a little Homer that I got from the Gun Show Loophole Tour last year. Dope. I like guns. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway. Oh, you guys don't care about all my swag.
I care.
All right. Well, whatever. I'm still shutting off my camera. Well, this way I can like read the chat and stuff because I have to be in front of my computer.
Everyone wants to see the cave. Yeah, you're right. You need to take care of the chat. That's your job.
It's not my job, whatever. Okay,
Yeah.
so
YouTube's your job.
first off, gun channels is I don't care as much about the YouTube, to be honest.
Let's go over
I'll
to gun
donate to
channels.
charity, cave loot, okay, blah blah blah. Never too much hair and protection. Awesome. Thanks, boss. I don't know why you keep calling me boss, but okay.
Because you're the boss. Oh,
Right,
snap.
done.
Pants
Right.
is all over the gun channel side.
Slim says you should be filming. General relativity. This is my first AK-Pro. Well, welcome to the joy that is AK-Pro. Tina needs help. She's already addicted. No, what you need to do is join the chat because that is when you're truly addicted. If you're just watching, you're only kind of addicted.
Yeah, when you actually
Jump in
get
here,
on.
come talk to us.
Yeah, Tina.
Mia likes Russian stuff. Well, I'm Russian stuff.
I think Mia is Russian, from what I gather.
Really? That's fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
Sparta's in the house.
Find the phone. There's all sorts of people out here. Awesome, awesome. So yeah, let me jump back to the cave and go see what Pants is saying. I like Pants. He's cool.
Pants is
Short
awesome.
up, kill life. Hostile Smeggie. Yeah. Happy AK-Pro. Yep. Is that a Wasser? No, it is not. You should get a Wasser and name it Debbie Wasserman Schultz. That's kind of funny. 10 points for Hungarian. Bayo. Yeah, well, it's mostly a Hungarian. It's mostly Hungarian.
Oh, that
Minus
cracks me up.
922R stuff and like I said, a little bit of other stuff. But I knew I loved me. Oh wait, I knew I loved me some Smeggie. Oh, aw. That makes me feel special. Yeah, what up, Pants? Hey, hey. Okay, yeah, seriously, guys, jump over to Gun Channel, send me a message.
Hop on.
Yeah, I will send links. God, what else is new? So, I mean, we just finished up Every Second Matters. Obviously, yesterday was the second. I hope you guys were all able to see the chat from earlier. I recommend if nothing else, And I'm talking to you people who I know already like me because you're here in the Smeggie Cave. Please watch it's called, Every Second Matters, 8 April 2018, and then in parentheses, legislative update. And that is where I literally go through every single bill that has been introduced, passed, vetoed, signed, voted down, passed the House, passed the committee, sitting in the Senate, blah, 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 whatever. So I'd say every single one. I might have missed a few. So let me know if I did. But every single state level bill that is doing anything, and trust me, it's been a busy past couple of months. I try to keep it short. I'd like it to be, 5-10 minutes. It has not been that the past couple of months. Pink Panther's here. Pink. Dude, come on, Pink. Don't you lie. You know you love me. I fucking shared a house with Pink a handful of times. I know he likes me.
Oh, wow. Why doesn't he jump in?
He's probably working.
9 Millie or Tina Esparta. Esparta's pretty cool.
Yeah. But anyways, like I said, please check out my legislative update. Give me a thumb. Like I said, comment on it if I missed something. It's definitely the one thing I do every single month just to keep everyone on the same page, like just kind of get a pulse of what's going on. And unfortunately, most of it has been negative. The past couple of months, there's been a lot of bump stock legislation, raising the age to 21, expanded background checks, and God, what did I come up with? I was trying to summarize when someone takes your rights away, the no due process gun confiscation law. They like to call it like the extreme protection order, but I don't like using their words because their words are dumb. So I like to call it the take away your guns without due process law. Those are the hot button issues right now. I mean, there's a handful of assault weapon stuff at the state level, a couple of magazine bans, that kind of stuff. But the vast majority are take away your guns without due process, expand background checks, get rid of bump stocks, raise the age to 21. Those are like the major things that are going on right now. So we're about to vote out the governor of Ohio. Okay. Is that a good thing, bad thing? I don't know. Seattle took away veterans' guns because of PTSD.
Well, Seattle's just, oh my God. But that's not Seattle though. That's Olympia, isn't it? Or is it Seattle?
It might be the city of, yeah.
Yeah.
Michigan's cool for now. Yeah, Michigan's okay.
And that's ridiculous. Washington has so many veterans.
Yeah. And Mia's saying she's got a sick baby, otherwise she'd join. Well, listen, you're always welcome in the cave, just like everyone. And the procedure, I've went through it before. Jump over to gun channels. Down at the bottom side, you'll see a tab that says chat. Click on that. Find my name. You might have to search it, or it might be in the list. Click on my name. Say, hey, can I please have a link? I'll send you a link. It's that easy. If you're on your phone, you might have to click full site first, and then click the little thing that says chat, and it will open up in a new window. And then it'll just be a list of names, and you can click on the person's name and send a message. But that's the preferred way of communication. It's kind of like old school, like AOL Instant Messenger. Like, even if the people aren't online, you can still send a message, and then when they do sign on, it will like pop up for them down at the bottom. So, anyways, yep. So well, we can talk about that. Let's go for that. So, anyways, that's the preferred way to communicate if you want to join the cave. It's everyone's always welcome. You guys are awesome. I mean, I'm seeing all the names that I already know. So I appreciate you guys listening, and I hope someday you jump in and join the conversation. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump on this. So you're mentioning on Instagram you saw something about a definition of assault rifle. And that is true. I believe it's the Oxford Dictionary, which is like normally the one that most people look at. They changed the definition of assault rifle recently. So it starts out with everything that you know we would think is the correct definition of assault rifle. It says a gun chambered in an intermediate cartridge and has a setting for full auto or something like that, like the stuff we would think is an actual assault rifle, like the Sturmgewehr, like the thing that was the first assault rifle, like that's a thing. Then they added on like comma and semi-automatic firearm which resembles its full auto counterpart. So basically AR-15, AK that's in semi-auto, like any of these other things, which previously was called an assault weapon, which was also a made-up word. Yes, it is. But at least there was a distinction between assault rifle, which is an actual full auto, intermediate cartridge, like that's a good definition for what it was. Like that's an actual thing. And then assault weapon, which was made up by anti-gunners in the 90s to describe, AR-15s and AKs and, semi-auto MAC-10s and like all that stupid shit. Yeah. So the plus side of it is that's just some dictionary. Like it don't mean shit. I mean, I mentioned this earlier. I believe at some point in like the gaming craze, the Oxford Dictionary added like noob for like someone who is new, like normally used as a derogatory. Like their job is to just describe a word, and the definition is for like how people tend to use it. So if common vocabulary like makes up a word or changes the definition of a word, then they add that definition in. Like this is how most people use this word. But the assault rifle thing is just it's a slippery slope because when you control the language, you control the thought. Hmm. Well, you guys are talking something about Republicans. I don't know. I'm not a fucking Republican. If I had to call myself anything, I'd be a libertarian. Now, do I tend to side with Republicans more often than Democrats? Yeah. But especially on the local level, like my local area has had some like kind of crappy Republicans that like stole money from the city and all this kind of stuff. And the Democrat running seemed like a pretty cool dude. So, I mean, I've voted for Democrats in the past because like they haven't been crazy. But I'm mostly, if you're anti-gun, fuck you, and then we'll talk about everything else. But if you don't have an issue on guns and like everything else seems to line up with the way I think, then yeah, I'll vote for you. I jump either way. Yeah, your guns are undocumented aliens. Yeah, my guns identify as undocumented. If there was some type of assault weapon registration, then my quote unquote assault weapons would just go undocumented.
Yeah, we don't have to register our guns in Texas, so mine are undocumented aliens.
Yeah. I mean, we have to register handguns, and because I don't want to be a felon, I have followed the law. So I have two guns which are in fact documented. But like I said, if they went as far as saying, okay, now you have to register assault weapons and stuff, then yeah, mine identify as undocumented. But I did follow the law with the handguns because you get in big trouble if you don't. And especially with my concealed carry permit, Like the chances of me running into a cop over like a speeding ticket or something, and then my gun becoming an issue, I want to make sure it's registered. Because in Michigan, we have a duty to inform. So if you have an interaction with a police officer and you're carrying at the time, you have to let them know. Like, I have a concealed carry permit and I am carrying at the moment. It's on my right hip. And then they go from there. And sometimes they're cool, sometimes they're super nervous about it. It just depends. But because I have to inform them of that, any little thing, like anytime I'm driving in the car, I'm, going 5 over, or, oh, you cross the line a little bit, I'm going to pull you over for reckless driving, or, all that stupid shit that they do. I really don't feel like going to jail on a felony for having an unregistered handgun, especially because I am forced to volunteer the information that I'm carrying a gun.
Yeah, it's
So
not worth it.
Yeah, it is registered. It is legal. I hate it. It's dumb, but it is what it is.
It's not worth going to jail. I mean, over the Second Amendment. We all believe what we believe in.
Yeah. So, Roosted pointed a thing. Assault rifle is any various intermediate range magazine fed military rifle, such as AK-47, that can be set for automatic or semi-automatic fire. That's true. Then he followed up with also a rifle that resembles a military assault rifle, but is designed to allow only semi-automatic fire, and then see assault rifle defined. And Tina's having an internet problem. That's a bummer.
In the Army, we didn't even call any of our rifles assault rifles. No matter what it was, they were rifles or they were machine guns. We never put the term assault in any of them. I don't get why we're trying to scare ourselves. America nowadays.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's like I said,
it's a political term.
The first half of assault rifle, I agree with. Like that is a thing. Because you used to have like machine guns and light machine guns, and then you had like, bolt action and semi-auto rifles, and the Germans invented a new thing. They're like, hey, we need something that's, has select fire, but is like intermediate range,
You're speaking the Sturmgewehr.
Exactly. Like that was the first real like assault rifle, and it's fine. I'm okay with that term for that particular gun. Like that makes sense. Okay, fine. But and then everyone else used the similar thing. The AK-47, the M16, like those are all like, yeah, it's an intermediate cartridge. It's not as powerful as a bolt action semi-auto, but it's more capable than like a 9mm Uzi or something. Like it's in between, and that's why they designed it. It's good for whatever, a couple 100 yards, but you can use it indoors and shit when you're close quarters, and you can use it like in the field when you're a little bit further away. But it's not going to be like a sniper rifle type thing or whatever. Like that's a fine term. I'm okay with that. It's the idea that then when you claim, the semi-auto AR-15 is then also an assault rifle. And then with, like I said, with the dictionary changing the term, I mean, it's somewhat political, although half of me says, well, the dictionary's purpose is to like take words that people are using and define them. I mean, definitions change. Now, what I would have preferred they did is have like the original definition as like number 1, and then number 2 definition is like, sometimes semi-autos are commonly, misinterpreted to be assault rifles. Like, again, that would almost be political for our side. So whatever, like the dictionary should be non-biased, but at least put in as like a second definition. So if you were reading it, you're like, oh, this is like the main definition, but then some people call the other one. It's almost like if you looked up the definition like clip, and it said like some people say like, a thing that holds bullets that goes in a gun, Although most people call it a magazine, like
Mhm.
it's common vernacular to call the thing that holds bullets that go in a gun to call it a clip. It's not accurate, but it is very common that people use it. Oh man, what else? Dude, the chat's going pretty good. Bunch of hearts and stuff. I don't know. Why is everyone getting hearts?
Because everyone likes
Oh,
hearts.
Troy, look at all them hearts you just got from Mia.
Yeah, dude. Me and Mia are cool, man.
Did
She's
did she ever
awesome.
did she ever give me hearts?
No.
That makes me feel bad if she didn't. I'm gonna cry myself to sleep tonight. I saw Roosted with a bunch of hearts and then Troy with a bunch of hearts.
Yeah, she didn't give you. Oh no, she gave you a heart. She gave you one, and me one.
One. Oh,
Way back up top when she first jumped in.
yeah, I know she said something, but I knew I loved Smeggy or something. I think that was when we were talking about being Russian. Yeah, that's okay. You can have favorites in the Smeggy Cave. I really don't care that much.
She's a married woman though, so she can't be giving out the hearts crazy.
Well,
Midnight.
but she's giving everyone else a bunch of hearts, and she's only giving me one. Whatever. I'm not. I'm not bitter.
I got a heart explosion and like shiny hearts, a sparkling heart, and
Yeah.
hand claps.
Hey, we're not keeping score. Although, look at how many hearts I just got. So maybe we can keep score.
But I'll show my face. I'll show my face occasionally. You are very secretive.
I'm a snowman. What else you want to know? But anyways, I'm just teasing with everyone. Everyone loves me anyways. It's okay.
Oh, she's like, I don't tell many people I'm Russian, and I just put it out there.
Yeah, that was on you, bro. I wouldn't have known that.
I didn't know that other people didn't know. How did I know? She said it before in a chat, I swear.
Okay, sure. Speaking of saying stuff in chats, all you people blowing up the YouTubes, how come you don't want to join us? Come talk to us, man.
Yeah, it's really easy. My first time jumping in, I was nervous too.
Yeah, but you picked up. You're fine.
Yeah. Maggie's a nice guy for being a snowman.
Damn straight. Finishing off my Fago here.
Is that what you're drinking?
Yeah.
Is that what you drank before?
I had it earlier today. Yeah. There's like half of it left. I'm finishing it off.
I missed your Every Second Matters stream. I was in the woods.
Well, that's cool. What were you doing in the woods? Just walking around?
Yeah, you know, dude. Sometimes you gotta walk around in the woods. No, I was taking my dog out. She needs, she's a Labrador. She needs her exercise or else she goes crazy. So
Yep. That's almost with every dog. I've seen so many people that are like, my dog like misbehaves, like blah blah blah, whatever. And it's like, okay, well, how much do you play with it? Like, how much do you take it for a walk? It's like, oh, we don't go for walks. Well, then fuck you. Like, you're not allowed to be mad at your dog if you don't go for walks.
right.
Like, it's just, it just has energy. It wants to like do stuff. So yeah, it's gonna like jump on things and chew stuff because it's,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah. If you don't take your dog out and then you get mad at it for being energetic, that's on you, man.
Yeah. My old neighbor was like that. As he had it was like a pit bull like mix, they're mixed with something or whatever. Sweet fucking dog. Like I can't stand people that are like, "Oh, pit bulls are evil." Like fuck you. That's like saying AR-15s are evil. Like yeah, some of them sometimes bite people, but most of them are like the most loving dogs in the world. Like fuck you. It's normally like asshole owners have asshole dogs. But this one like it was a nice dog. It was full of energy. And he'd always be fucking yelling at her and all pissed off that she chewed on stuff or whatever. I never once saw him take her for a walk. They'd let her outside. So like I'd be in the backyard. Honestly, I'd be in the backyard with my dogs. I'd see them let their dog out. She'd go out, do her business or whatever, and then be like running around, like burning up energy, and they'd yell at her to come back inside. It's like, why not? Like when I'd let my dogs out, I had two huskies, and huskies have a lot of energy. They like to run. Now I would take them for walks, and I'd take them for runs. I'd put my rollerblades on and then hook the huskies up, and then they'd actually be like running, and like the leash was like slacked or whatever. Like sometimes I make them pull me just to like so I could be lazy and they'd get more energy. But most of the time I'm like next to them. Like they wanted to be next to me, but we're going the same speed. Like they just wanted to be faster. Like when we go for a walk, they try and pull a little bit, and I had to break them of that because like that's what their instinct is hey, we want to like run, we want to go faster. So I'd put my rollerblades on and we'd go run for a couple miles, and they'd just be right next to me, fucking wagging their tail, having a grand old time, like running away. Anyways, I'd let them out. Like, you let your dogs out, they do their stuff or whatever. Leave them out there for a half hour. Like, what are they going to do? They're going to run around in circles and like chew on a stick. Like, who cares? Like, that's fine.
Yep.
Other than my one who would jump the fence all the time, but she was just dumb.
My dog just chases deer. She chases deer all around and gets her energy out that way, or jumps into a pond and chases ducks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my dogs loved when I went up north with them because we had 40 acres and there was 80 acres of woods next to us that no one lived on. So they just had free reign or whatever. You let them out, they go run around for a while. They come back eventually. And I used to get the four-wheeler out. That's seriously, my one dog, he was legitimately the fastest dog I've ever seen in real life. I was on the four-wheeler. We have a quarter-mile driveway. So I'm driving the four-wheeler like up and down the driveway, and he's running next to me. At one point, I'm like, all right, I'm going to fuck with this dude. I fucking cranked it. Like, I'm going to leave him in the dust. Like, just, as a joke or whatever, I take off. I look over. He's right next to me. I look down. I'm going 35 miles an hour. This fucking dog was running 35 miles an hour. And I was like, dude, I better slow down because he's going to, like, blow his heart out or something. Like, so I slowed back down. But, oh my God, I want another dog for sure. He was amazing. Hey, can I get a link? You certainly can. And that is not the link I meant to paste, so let me redo this.
EFA is about to hop on too. She said she's going to the gun channel side.
I have links to give out. Bam. Click that link, jump on in. All right. Sparta wants to ask a question. Sure, ask yourself a question. I'm just spitballing here.
Yeah, he's a real nice guy.
Oh, man. Yeah, Pants, that's the same boat I'm in. He's saying it wouldn't be fair for a dog if he had one because he sleeps it all day, works all night. Like, yeah, that's where I'm at. I travel, I travel for work. So honestly, if I had a dog, that would be, what am I going to do? Oh, I'm going out of town for 2 weeks. Like, well, fuck you. You're going to the kennel. You know what I mean? It's not fair. Well, Zeus says his Doberman will run 43 miles per hour. Yeah, I know this dog could go fucking faster too, but anyways, got a new person in the chat. What's going on, Tina?
I'm here.
Hooray!
Yeah, there I am. I got like 2 tablets going. I gotta see YouTube chat,
Oh yeah. Gotta see the YouTube chat,
Yeah. Well, that's what the computer is easier to work with. I pop out the YouTube chat, put it off to the side, I have a tab for the Smeggie Cave gun channels.
Yeah, I was gonna set it up tonight, but I was gonna install a game actually, but I didn't. I got myself The Sims 4.
Uh,
I haven't played The Sims in like years. If I do, I usually play it on the Xbox. But my membership expired for Xbox Live Gold or whatever I had live. So I'm like, okay, never mind.
oh, well, you're much better off hanging out in the Smeggie Cave.
Yeah, I'm like addicted or something to all these chats. I'm like, I get notifications from all these channels, so I'm like, oh, hey, I got a chat. Hey, Mia. I missed a lot of the chats today, though. I was there for the gun show one.
The Daily Gun Show.
Yeah, I was there for half of that, I think.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Daily Gun Show was good today. Bob was out, but
yeah, I missed that one.
yeah.
I was like, where's Smeggie? I don't see the snowman. Where'd he go? Oh, gee.
Yeah, I tend to miss Mondays and Fridays, but I'm normally there for all the other ones.
My days get mixed up because my husband works third shift, so.
So Esparta asked, what would you guys recommend for your first? An M1 Garand or a Chris Vector 45 ACP? That was the question.
Well, I would recommend the M1 Garand.
Yeah, I'd go with the Garand. It's more historical. It's an American icon. And the Chris Vector looks cool enough, but
yeah, Panther saying M1 all day.
yeah.
I agree. I mean, here's the thing. I like when different companies experiment with stuff and put stuff out. And I mean, the Chris Vector is like, it's a cool thing. Like the way that like the bolt like recoils and like goes down instead of straight back. Like it's supposed to, help with like muzzle rise and all that stuff. Like it's cool. I love like new designs and stuff like that, but I'd still go with an M1 all day.
Yeah, just based on historical factor. I mean, you got to go with the M1 Grand. I've shot the Chris Vector before. It's a nice weapon, but yeah, M1 is nostalgia.
Yeah. Revolver's saying, Chris Vector, what are y'all saying? Well, whatever, bro. You can buy one if you want. Got nothing against it. It just those were the options. I'd go with M1. But you do you. I'm not whatever. I'm a live and let live kind of person. I don't care. And also just want to say what's up yesterday, Pomade. How's it going? He's a cool dude. Hung out with him before.
Oh, Pomade, where's he at? On the gun channel side?
He's on YouTube side.
He's on the YouTube side.
I don't know why. I mean, the gun channel side is way better. So let me ask you this, Tina. Have you bought like 5 new guns since we last spoke? Because every time you're in a chat, you talk about all these new guns you want to buy.
Well, I ordered one.
Oh, did you? What'd you get?
They had like this good deal. I know that a new version of it came out, the Millennium G2 or the GC or something. 2GC came out. But they had like a good deal, like for only 200, and around here at the gun shops they're going for like 270. So we got the Taurus PT111G2 or Millennium or something. No, I didn't get the pink mosquito. I didn't even go see if it was still there. But no, we got those two. We both got, my husband and I both got one. I don't know. We ordered them from Cabela's and they're like up near Madison, so it's like an hour drive for us. But I'm like, oh well, for a good deal, that's saving like $70 some.
You're in Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I was watching Smeggies show earlier, and now they're gonna go through Nick's, so I don't know when they're gonna start doing that. So it's gonna be like, if they started already, I don't think they do it that soon though. Usually they start the next year or something. So we don't have to
Well,
like.
I mean, you'd still, if you order it from a FFL, you still have to go through, you go through the NICS check, you fill out a 4473, all that stuff.
Well, see, in Wisconsin, they go through Nick's only for the long guns. They don't go through for handguns. They only go through the state Department of Justice.
Oh,
And
you guys have a state level background check you have to go through for handguns?
yeah, that's all. And it takes long enough for one of those through like because if you go through like Gander Outdoors or Cabela's, it's gonna take a while because they do it by the computer. And we went to the local gun shop to get my husband a gun last time, and it took 5 minutes because he called up on the phone and talked to the guy. I don't know if it was because we had purchased handguns like 2 weeks before exactly or not.
Yeah, I mean, normally
But
NICS is normally pretty fast. I mean, it
it is.
stands for National Instant, Criminal Check System.
Oh, I didn't even think about that instant there. I
Yeah,
just
it is supposed to be basically instant. And any gun you buy from an FFL, from the federal point of view, has to go through a NICS
yeah,
check.
that's why I was really surprised Wisconsin didn't for handguns. I'm like,
Well, it's probably they have something worked out because you go through a state level. I bet you the state checks with NICS as well. So actually, the state level one is probably more stringent than the federal one. Like they probably put that in place to be like more of a pain in the ass. But it should still go through quick. I mean, basically they grab your name, they see if
mhm,
you're a felon, they see if you are, found by a court to be, like mentally defective, like basically if you've been adjudicated mentally ill,
yeah.
and
I
that's it. So to use common terms, although I hate doing this, if you're not a criminal and you're not crazy, then you get a gun in 5 minutes because you're
I
not a
don't
bad guy.
like
Like you didn't
use
do
it.
nothing wrong.
So. Sorry. No, the only thing I worry about is my legal name is pretty common. And I was kind of worried in Wisconsin it would get held up because of my name. And I did do like a background check on myself. So I found at least 3 people on the list with my name, and one lived in Florida. And I'm like, I've never lived in Florida. Because what was weird about it was somebody who had lived where I lived, had all the information, had the same relatives and everything. And I'm like, who used my name in Florida? So I have to, I don't know how to get that checked out because, oops, I lost the YouTube chat.
Mm.
But yeah, that's the only thing I worry about is because it's so common of a name, the spelling and everything.
Who the fuck is this guy? You're being weird, Daniel. Fuck's wrong with you? Fuck out of the cave if you're being weird. Be normal. Anyways,
That was weird. Okay.
yeah, he's being a fucking weirdo, so don't be weird.
I'm
We take
probably
all
old
people, but
enough
not
to be
weirdos.
his
Anyways,
mother.
I don't even want to address this shit. So with the whole common name thing, what one of the things you can do, like if you use there's a place to put in your social security number on the 4473.
Oh yeah,
Um, with that, at least that should be like only you.
that's true.
Some people don't like doing that, and I understand their point of view,
I don't see why. If you
but
want to, I'm gonna, I just, if I want a gun that day, I'm gonna give them all my info. I don't care.
right, because then you don't get confused. Especially like, I feel bad for any John Smith in this country because they're pretty much screwed.
Yeah,
Um, the other thing, if there is for the people that like get flagged like often, like maybe they get delays and it's
yeah.
because they have a common name or like it's been shown to happen in the past. Um, you can get what do they call that? Like a universal pin or something. Like basically
There's
you can
somehow I know there's something to do if you get flagged frequently. There's something you can do. It's like you have to send something into the fix nicks.
well you can get something from the NICS check is done by the FBI.
Yeah,
You
you
can
can send.
get like a code from them that basically says like we've done this check a bunch of times. You're okay. So this is like you. Like, so that way when they see that number, they know it's you and not that other person from Florida or the other person that has the same name or this person or that. Like,
Yeah.
so for all the John Smiths in the world, because I'm
Mhm.
sure there's plenty of felons that are named John Smith and plenty
Oh,
of normal people that are named John Smith, they probably have a unique PIN number and it's
I.
registered with the FBI so that
Oh
when you give
yeah,
them that,
I
they know
think they
you're
had
the
a
good
spot
guy,
for that
not the
in.
bad guy.
They had a spot when I did the electronic application at Outdoor Gander. I think they had a place to put that pin in.
Right. It's one of those things like I remember someone was telling me like we were filling out the thing and they were like, do you have like a unique pin or whatever? And I was like, what's that? And he just kind of
Yeah.
looked at me and goes, if you had one, you'd know. So I'm like, okay, I guess I don't have one. But like, because it's a whole process you have to go through to get like, this is me, not the other person. Like, give me the unique thing. And it's more for the FBI's point of view. So it's like, oh, name's John Smith, but it's this number. Okay, that's the good guy one. Okay, fine. And then you go through. And
Yeah.
sometimes that can stop delays and like false positives and stuff like that. But it's not a huge.
I should have just took my husband's last name when I got married. His is like really unique. But
So
well, what this whole fix nicks thing I'm upset about is the like what Obama did. Everybody's like all worried about the veterans, with the PTSD and stuff. And because if their money is being handled by someone, oops, text. But if their money is being handled by someone, then they could have their guns taken away.
right. Yeah, it's
Now, there's
it
other reasons too, though. I mean, it's not just veterans that can be affected by this. Like, no, I already know that medical marijuana users are being affected. Anyway, but it's just crazy because myself included, I could be affected because I am on Social Security disability. I am on it for physical reasons, but
yeah,
I
if
also
they decide that you're,
it's also documented
unfit
that
for some reason,
it's also
then
documented that I have depression. What if they decide, oh, she's taking Prozac, so I guess we're gonna take her guns away? I mean, I know I can get around it by having my husband get a gun, but still, that isn't right.
Yeah, it's
You know, I'm 47 years old. The only time I would want to kill somebody is probably when they took me off the damn medicine. I'm just okay. I should have said that on YouTube.
I didn't hear nothing about nothing. So
But it's just, that's just one thing that made me mad. And like I said, this is what I got into this because this is all wrong what they're doing to people. And like Seattle, like that veteran. The law in Seattle, Washington, or in Washington, I think it is all over statewide, isn't it? That they can just, if somebody complains that you're a threat to them or to yourself.
right. Basically, it's a one-sided court case
Right.
of if you are a threat to yourself or others, and then I'll give them this. It's a temporary thing, although it's completely ignoring due process. So basically,
Exactly.
someone comes in and goes, "Hey, this person's crazy. Like, take their guns." They say, "Okay." They come
Well,
take
just
all your
not
guns
taking it.
away, and then who knows? I don't know. Is it a week later, a month later, 6 months later, 2 years later? I have no idea. At some point, you, as just the person who had all your guns taken away, get to go to court and like prove you're not a danger. It's like you're guilty till proven innocent. You have to prove that you're okay to have your guns, which you should be legally allowed to have. Like you're not a felon. You've not, you know,
Right.
found like adjudicated mentally ill, which are the only two things that they can take your guns away for. And my biggest problem with that is that it sounds all well and good. I understand what they're saying. It's like, some person's like a little out of whack. Their family's concerned for them or their friend or whoever, and they're like, hey, this person's a little unstable. Like, I'm worried about them. I understand it's coming from the right place. I just think it's the wrong solution, as well as I can see it being misused like crazy because we already know, like, it's well documented that there's been a lot of divorce cases where like false accusations of abuse are brought up. I mean, it's like a bargaining chip. Someone says, "Well, I want the boat, so I'm going to say they hit me, and then like I'll throw out the abuse charge if you give me the boat." Like it's a negotiating tool. And I could see the same thing with guns. Like someone going through a divorce, that'd be like step one, first thing you do. Like, I'm filing for divorce. You should take their guns away. And then, oh, you want your guns back? Well, give me the house or give me the kids or give me the whatever. Like, I can totally see it being misused. And
Well,
there's no punishment for the person who misuses it. Like, let's say the person comes back and they finally do get their due process. They go to court and they're like, what the fuck, dude? I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not crazy. I'm not sad. I'm not anything. Give me my guns back. They say, okay, here are your guns back. So you get your stuff back. Did they ever go back after the person who filed the thing in the first place and say, you made that shit up? You just lied about all of it? Like, do those people ever get in trouble?
I hope so. I mean, I hope that somebody would think about that and actually go after them for defamation of character or something, whatever they want to say, libel laws or something. Because I have no, I don't know I don't know much about, that kind of stuff, law, but it's just wrong because the way it sounds like they're doing it, it's just if people are complaining, it's not like a judge is finding you or a psychiatrist, a doctor or a psychiatrist is actually saying, listen, this person is not fit, you know they are, you know what I'm saying, usually a psychiatrist is one that recommends that, not Not a judge isn't a psychiatrist. Your neighbor isn't always a psychiatrist. They might be, but they don't know you that well. You know what I'm? It just doesn't make sense because to me, it's just like, what if they just think you're odd? I don't talk to my neighbors. My neighbors don't like me, probably because everybody around me is Mexican. They speak English to other people, but when they see my husband and I, they start talking Spanish. Why? We've heard them speaking English right until they see us walk past our garage. They can't see us walking, on the side of our garage. So I don't get it. What if
Yeah. Well, I mean, as far as the oh my God, I keep forgetting what I named it because I don't want to call it extreme risk protection order, which is what they want to call it. I don't like using their words. So
I don't know
what I
what
say, the guns taken away without due process act. So at least because of that, it is a court which okays it. It's kind of like if the cops want to get a warrant, they have to have a judge sign off on it. The the difference being is that you are not there to defend yourself at the time. So if someone goes into the court behind your back and presents their side, like their evidence, and then they sign off on it saying, okay, go take their guns away. And then so the first you hear of it is when you get a knock on the door and the cops say, hey, where are all your guns? We want to take them in. So unfortunately, that's where the due process part comes in. It's like you never you don't get to defend yourself. Like, if someone is claiming that you're dangerous or you're, suicidal or whatever. And like I said, I understand like the thought behind it. And that's where, at least with this one, it at least like I don't know. Like I said, the thought behind it is good. The idea is like if someone, especially like I said, I think the vast majority of them are to stop people from hurting themselves. So it's like, a family member that's worried about, whoever, their brother or their kid or their sister or whatever. Like, I think this person might be suicidal. So it's someone coming from the right place, but I just think it's the wrong way of doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I don't know how that bill passed, but they threw it in pork, they used to call it.
Yeah, there's a handful of states that have that kind of thing, and there are more that are trying to get it. So
I don't know if Illinois has got anything like that, but I could see them trying it because they've got a lot of crappy laws.
yeah, Illinois is kind of crappy for gun rights. I don't know. I don't think they have one, but
I mean, I can see them trying it though. I can just see them because the way they just recently threw in all those gun laws. They had like 4 of them going through that I last knew about, and I don't remember all of them. I just know something about the 21 age, and it wasn't grandfathered. I think they were trying to get it grandfathered. The Republicans were.
yeah,
But
that
it's
one
like,
pisses me off. Like either you're an adult at 18 or you're not.
that's
Like
what
what?
I mean, that's what I'm thinking. It's like look at they say you can't drink till you're 21. They're now trying to make a lot of places. They're trying to say you can't legally smoke until you're 21. But yet we can draft you for the World War III or whatever at 18. If they're not mentally ready to own a gun, to drink, to smoke, what are they doing in the army?
Right. And what
Where they're going to experience
and that's
real.
we mentioned this earlier in the Every Second Matters chat. But it's okay to revisit stuff we've talked
Sorry.
about before. No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just going to reiterate what I had said before is that at least be consistent. Like if they came out and said, listen, like people are stupid when they're 18. They are not adults until they're 21. If that applies to everything, at least they are being consistent. I disagree with them, but if you can't buy a gun till you're 21, like you don't have the right of the Second Amendment, then you shouldn't be allowed to vote. You shouldn't be allowed to live by yourself. Like you have to still be under the guardianship of your parents or a guardian. Like, you should have to wait for everything until you're 21. And again, I disagree with that. I'm going to go the other way and say that you should be able to buy a handgun at 18. The Gun Control Act of 68 made it that you couldn't buy a handgun until you're 21. And I think we should be fighting against that. Like, if you're an adult, then you have all your rights. If you're not an adult, then you're a dumb kid and you have to stay living at home. Like, either you can live by yourself or you can't. Or either you can vote or you can't. Like, at least be consistent. But when they pick and choose, like, certain things you're allowed to do, but other stuff you're not allowed to do, like, well, you're mixing the message. So again, I disagree with them, but I at least would like to see them be consistent. It's kind of like the people that are calling to repeal the Second Amendment. I give them half credit for saying, all right, you know what? At least you're being honest with what you actually think. So if you repeal the Second Amendment, then yeah, you can start banning guns because we don't have a constitutional amendment saying that you're not allowed to do that. But until that happens, which I don't think it will, I hope it doesn't.
No.
Until that happens, sit in a corner and shut the hell up. Like that's you have no leg to stand on.
No, from what I'm thinking with that repeal thing, okay. Justice Stevens was on a case. It was DC versus Heller. Heller was a gun owner or a law enforcement officer in DC that wanted to own a gun, a handgun. Something about laws, they were very strict in DC. And he took them to court about it because he wanted to have a gun at home. He could carry one on the job, but not have one at home. And eventually it went to the Supreme Court. Luckily we had more conservative judges than Stevens. And is it Justice Scalia? Was his name?
Scalia,
okay. He read the decision that the Second Amendment decided or allowed us to have guns in our homes for self-defense.
Right. It basically that was a big court decision because it did, find in the affirmative that the Second Amendment applies to the individual right to own a gun.
Right. And in my thoughts would be, since it went to the Supreme Court, just like Roe versus Wade, we'd have to have it. They would have to go to the Supreme Court or Congress to reverse or take out that Second Amendment.
Right. Well, in order to get rid of the Second Amendment, you have to. It's kind of like when we had the amendment to ban alcohol, and then after a few years or whatever, they had to pass another amendment that said, "Hey, forget about that last one." So they would have to pass a new amendment that says the Second Amendment doesn't count anymore, and that would take like 2/3 of the states to agree with that. Like they have to write it, have to go through all the thing, and then 2/3 of the state would have to ratify it. Which that's the part I don't think is happening anytime soon.
No,
so it's very hard to change the actual Constitution of the United States. It's been done in the past, and some of the changes were good. Some of them are like, whatever. But at least it went through the whole thing. So my only point of bringing that up was that when anti-gunners are like, hey, we want to get rid of guns, one of the arguments is, well, you can't. Like, we have a right. Like, that's the Second Amendment. We have the right to own guns. So if you want to get rid of that, then you can start treating us like Canada. Then you can start treating us like England. And then you can start treating us like Australia. Like no other country has something like the Second Amendment. Well, I shouldn't say that, but I'm not that I'm aware of. A country has like something like the Second Amendment that says the individual people are allowed to own guns. And we do. So if you want to get rid of that and then start talking gun bans, okay, at least you're being consistent. I completely disagree with you, but at least you're being consistent. I just can't stand this. I agree with the Second Amendment, but I'm going to take half the guns away.
Oh.
You're not allowed to do that. Like that's like saying I like salad, but lettuce is disgusting. Well, what the fuck, dude? Like that's all of salad. Like what? You can't say that.
Right.
You either support the Second Amendment or you don't. I mean, there's no two ways around it.
Exactly. And so, like I said, I at least like that some of them are being honest, because then, it's like any debate. Like let's say you're in a high school debate class and you take one side, the other person takes the other side. You both present arguments, you present counter arguments, and then like you have a winner, like someone wins. And that's it. To me, I'm a very like analytical person, so that's like how my brain works. And I'm okay with that. Like it is what it is. Now, I personally think I would win all the time because I'm always right, but that's not my fault that I'm always right.
No, I'm always right.
Well, we probably agree on most stuff because we can't possibly disagree if we're both always right.
So, Smeggie, you were talking about who else has the Second Amendment, basically an equivalent of the Second Amendment.
Right.
And so apparently only 3 countries in the world protect the right to bear arms in their constitutions. And
I would love to hear who they are.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. The source is called Business Insider. I'm not too sure, but they say the United States, Mexico, and Guatemala.
I don't buy that.
And it says the U.S. is the only country with a right to keep and bear arms with no constitutional restrictions. But yet, we have a lot of restrictions going on right now.
We do, but
constitutional.
Yeah, exactly. None of the regulations are constitutional. I mean, you guys know me. I want to repeal the NFA. I mean, I think that's too much of an amendment or too much of an infringement. Yeah, Scott's saying something about the Czech Republic has like kind of their own version of Second Amendment. I've heard that out of all of Europe. I've heard that the Czech Republic is pretty darn good for, civilian ownership of firearms. But the reason I'm skeptical on what you said, I'm not saying, like you said, you just saw it on a thing, but I know Mexico has a bunch of restrictions for like individuals, for their regular citizens.
They do. It says
one of them being a civilian cannot own what they call like a military caliber.
Right.
And that's one of the things why like 38 special is like a big deal in Mexico.
It says handgun permits for home protection only allow for the purchase of calibers no greater than 38 special.
Wow.
Right. And that's one of the things, they can't own 9mm because that's like a military caliber. So everyone goes nuts for the 38 specials.
Wow.
Yeah. Then Guatemala definitely have a lot of restrictions, but their rights to bear arms is recognized and regulated by Article 38 of their current constitution, which was established in 1985. So that's pretty recent for them.
Wow.
Oh, fine saying 38 super. I misspoke. I do apologize. Yeah, 38 super.
38 super in Mexico?
Yeah.
Yeah, this just says 38.
Yeah, it's the one that's popular in Mexico is the 38 super because that's not considered a military caliber. And I believe I said 38 special. And I was incorrect with my statement.
But if y'all want to look at that, you can just Google Second Amendment equivalent across the world or something like that.
Yeah.
So basically, we're the only true country that has the right to bear arms. And we sit back on our behinds most of the time and don't do anything until we have to be reactive about laws that are being implemented.
Yeah, that is frustrating. I do not like being on the defense, and we seem to be on the defense a lot.
We're always on the defense. And that's because I don't want to get too political here.
Yeah, we can go back to being lighthearted, just regular gun topics and whatnot. But
yeah,
you're right. It's the political landscape we live in. Is that unfortunately we're on the defense a bunch, and then when we do have a chance to be on the offense, we fucking sit around and do nothing. I mean, look how long the Hearing Protection Act sat around. Like, we had the perfect time to pass that shit, and then one crazy person does something bad, and now no one's talking about the Hearing Protection Act. Like, go back to January and ask about, like, Hearing Protection Act. Oh, it was just sitting there, like, oh, we might vote on it eventually. Like, there's no hurry. Don't worry about it. Well, now, if we bring that shit up, it's like, oh my God, you want people to have silencers. You're a fucking demon. You know what I mean? Like, what the shit? It's still a valid thing to be passed. Like, we should still be pushing for that. But instead, we have to fight all these anti-gun shit. What's up, John?
John 12 gauge is cool.
Hi, John.
He's Austrian. He knows about Glock perfection.
Ugh.
He's from Austria. He is living there as we speak.
Well, CZs are better.
And he had a Texas flag for his logo like a few days ago, and he changed it because he said he didn't feel like he had the right to fly the Lone Star flag. I was like, dude, the more people who fly it, the better.
Yeah.
Friggin' Texas. But Michigan and Wisconsin, they're great states too.
Yeah. Michigan's pretty neat. We're like halfway up the list of gun-friendly states.
I've never got a chance to visit Michigan, but Wisconsin, I definitely did.
Well,
I got up for re-election though, and I don't know. I'm kind of worried. People are mad at him, even Republicans, because constitutional carry didn't pass. I'm like sitting there like, you really want a Democrat to win? No.
Constitutional carry is always up in Texas, and it always gets voted down for some reason.
Yeah.
The bleeding heart liberals in Austin have really infected our government to a certain point. I mean, we don't have any anti-gun laws up for legislation or anything like that.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes not being pro-gun is just as bad as being anti-gun.
Oh, you're right. Definitely. And that's just like we were saying. It's like we stay on the defensive because we never go on the offensive. It's few and far between.
Oops, sorry.
You know, you have your people like G. Webbs, yourself, that actually go out there and do the pro 2A stuff as much as possible. But a lot of us that are sitting on the sidelines, we should expect what we get.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, I think most people listening to this would be on the proactive side of that, but it's hard to get the politicians to do something pro 2A. The anti-gunners, they can wait for an opportunity. Something bad happens, they can jump up and say, aha, look, we should get rid of guns because bad stuff happened. The reverse of that, we don't have something that is like our rally cry. Like, there's not a good, like, aha, we should be pro 2A.
Well, the anti-gunners play on emotion, and emotion is a very easy little heartstring to tug on. When you're going pro 2A, you're going on, you know,
Like
the
logic and
logic,
statistics and
exactly. And logic is less empathetic of a tool to use. So you can't, if we could find something, Stephen Williford down here in Sutherland Springs that stopped a mass shooter with his AR rifle. That didn't go anywhere. No one recognizes Stephen Williford except for here in Texas and maybe a couple of bordering states that know about the situation. But when it comes to Florida, when it comes all the way back to Columbine, anti-gunners have something to put their money on, and that's kids. Yet we don't listen to the kids that want to be protected by guns out there, that aren't afraid. Like my kids, I took them out this weekend to shoot an AR. We rented it just so we could shoot it. Say, this is not scary. This is just like our 22s, our 9s that we shoot every other day. And they're like, this is awesome. Why are people against this? It's, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
Can't regulate stupidity.
You can't, but you can damn sure fight against it. Sorry, I didn't mean to curse.
Oh, fuck that. Whatever. But yeah, no, I agree. And I don't know. I wish I knew the answer. There's someone out there in the chat said like emotion's better than logic or something like that. And I don't think they use the word better, but something like that. Like emotion wins over logic.
Emotion will always trump logic when you feel or think with emotion, when you think with that side.
Right. Well, I think, but the thing is that like the mass population uses emotion to figure stuff out. Unfortunately, there are not many people like me who use like logic and statistics and numbers. Like that's just how my brain works. And
Yeah.
I don't quite understand people who don't think the way I do because I'm just like I don't get it. Like this is the right way to think. But
This gun has never shot anyone in anger.
yeah,
Ever. It just sits here. It's not
no,
going to do
no
anything.
gun in the history of the world has ever shot anybody.
Right, exactly.
Guns have been used as a tool by
Yes.
bad guys who shoot people, but the thing itself, I always joke about that. Like I built my own AR a few years ago, and I always joke around that I I must be missing pieces or something because my AR hasn't killed anybody. I think it's broken. Like it
Okay.
pokes holes in paper, no problem. It blows up empty cans like a motherfucker, but it's never killed a person, so I think it's broken.
My kids cracked me up this weekend. They were like, Target lives matter when we were shooting targets. I was laughing my butt off. They're like, Target lives matter, Dad. Okay. Yes.
Cute kids. How old are they?
11 and 12.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So just about. They're gonna be teens soon. Oh,
As you can see, this is mostly their room. This is the computer room.
the entertainment room.
Yeah. This is where they do all their
Oh, sure. All those toys in the background are theirs.
They're his.
gaming and
Yeah, right.
Admit
I don't
it.
buy it for a second. That's all your stuff.
Kids have their toys that neat.
hey, if I buy it, it's their stuff. It's their stuff.
Yeah, my computer room's filled with like comic books and action figures too, but I don't have any kids, so I don't have anyone to blame it.
I don't know if I have any comic books laying around. Let me check.
I only have one, exactly one comic. Oh wait, no, I have more, but they're not the kind that you guys would probably. I got a Walking Dead one. It was a collectible.
Oh, I got a couple.
It's a it's the backstory of Negan.
Oh, let's not go there. Let's not ruin it.
No,
I haven't
even read it. I told my brother to read it and give me a summary of it because.
Do you guys want to go to an adventure into my computer room?
Yes, let's do that. Yours is probably more interesting.
I've showed off my gun room a bunch of times. I don't know if I've ever taken my computer upstairs.
My kids read these and are not maniacs.
What do they
I have a few of those.
Spider and Deadpool.
I can't remember what my brother gets.
All right, so it's super messy. So fuck you, I don't care. Hang on a second. Let me
aren't getting the tour of mine.
I'll pop a couple of these pictures down here.
There's junk all over laundry.
Just to make sure. So
stuffed animals all over that. No, there are no kids. The Funkos, they're in storage though. I need to get shelves put up in here.
All right, so I got my cage here for a lizard, which I don't have a lizard at the moment, but it's got the front sliding glass.
Cool.
I used to have a bearded dragon, and at the time he was in. Oh, I'm not pointing down far enough. He was in this little cage here.
Oh.
Just a little one, but unfortunately he passed away. But I still have all of the like heat rocks and different things and blah 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 whatever. So empty closet, whatever. No one cares about that.
I do.
Okay, you want to look at the empty closet?
Yeah, I do.
Split it. We can split it. I'll take the lower parts because I'm not that tall. You can have the top high shelf.
And then you can go through that door, go up to my attic. That's kind of neat.
Oh,
see?
cool.
But you got to take that shelf down to get to it. So that's why I don't have much shit on the shelf because it's like
the cool part of your closet. Yeah, you're welcome.
Anyways, then all my camping stuff is over there somewhere. Like I said, super messy.
On the table or 2 or 3 on the desk.
I don't even know what I'm pointing at anymore. Let's see. And I got Spawn there and some other stuff. Oh, here's my little robot that I built. This guy was pretty neat. Let me see if I can fucking reach him.
Oh wait, I saw yours.
What's missing?
That's yours, I know it.
So I had a project where I had to, like, you had to use whatever, like 3 or 4 different materials, and then do like a bunch of different actions, like drill and tap. So I drilled and tapped those screws, and then I put his little vest on. Then I welded like these, and that's not a bad weld for like the first time ever welding. I thought that's okay.
Is that a female robot?
He's a male robot.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if that
Woggle, woggle, woggle. Got the little spring on there. It's pretty neat.
That's kind of cool.
Anyway, so I made that.
Kind of reminds me of
some,
that
like,
one
books and
from
stuff.
Mystery Theater.
Mystery Science Theater 3000.
But
yeah, that one with the. I can't remember their names because I wasn't a regular watcher of it, but it was. Sorry.
Anyway, so these are all my comics.
Nice.
I have them all organized. Like this box is all Ghost Rider. This box is all Image, so it's mostly all Spawn.
Wow. Do they still make?
Did you ever collect Pit?
Collect what?
Pit. He was an Image comic.
No. So I got Punisher behind there. I have a whole. Let me move this one. This one's just like my extra shit. I can't even see where I'm pointing. Oh, let me point down. So I have a full long box of Daredevil. So that's all It's all my Daredevil stuff. I have a full long box of Marvel. This is a short box of Vertigo, which that's a pretty good one. That's actually one of my hang on, books of magic, blah blah blah.
Yeah, me, I got like my little pony. And...
This is a pretty good comic.
Crusades?
The Crusades. It's like a Knight Templar like pops up into like modern day, and he's all like confused by shit and stuff. It's interesting. It's an interesting comic. I don't know what other boxes I have here.
Do you ever go back and reread them?
Yes, you always go back and reread them. Look at that. Lego pirate ship.
What box is this? Oh, this is all miscellaneous stuff.
I do have, but...
Oh, where'd that go? Come back. Fuck, where'd that thing go? It was a good comic.
It was over there.
I think it was.
Troy's playing with his toys.
I'm not playing with my toys.
Yeah, right. I said John because I was going to say, welcome back, John.
There we go. Predator versus Magnus. It's a pretty good one. A handful of Predator comics and whatnot. And I don't know, whatever. A bunch of different stuff. So that's my comics. Oh, this is a really good one. 300.
Yes.
Dude, like
right. Frank Miller
if you flip through it, there are like scenes in here that are I don't know, like a full page or whatever that look like exactly like from the movie.
Yep.
Like they did a really good job at making the movie off of this.
That's just like The Dark Knight with Frank Miller did Dark Knight. The Dark Knight comic. They did a pretty good job of that.
You got
representing
stuff like that. I mean, these are like scenes from the freaking movie, dude. Like they did a really good job.
This is Sparta.
Anyways, this was my box of stuff I'm willing to sell.
What else can I show off? Smeggies on a show off. What do I got?
Oh, this is actually an interesting comic. Ghost Canyon. So the bar that I sing karaoke at, they used to have a in fact, there you go. It's signed right there. They had a cook and he's in this. So it's a comic book, but it's all actual pictures.
That's cool.
So they basically they all dressed up and they went around and like took pictures and stuff and then wrote the comic book and whatnot and used the actual thing. So I have the first 2 issues of it. That's him there, the guy on the bottom with the beard. That was the cook at the bar I sing karaoke at. So he signed them for me.
That's cool.
And like I said, it's all it's a really neat idea to take actual pictures and then put the words in. I thought that's pretty neat. I've never seen a comic book like that before. Trying to find like a full page or something that really shows it off. I just saw one a second ago. Oh, that's a good. Well, anyway, so that's a full screen. So they just took pictures and they all dressed up and stuff. But oops, hang on, that's number 2. Wait, no, that is number 1. I had it backwards before. I got some old school Fantastic Four, stuff like that. Whatever. But no, this book right here. And it's written by Garth Ennis, who's awesome.
Love Garth.
303. this book actually follows this rifle. So as you read through it, it's like all this, like, it follows the rifle as it goes through different hands. And yes, it is, a little gory. I don't know if you can see that. Like, oh, guts are falling out. That's gross.
That's what Garth Ennis is known for.
Yeah, but it's really interesting that, like, the whole comic is like from the view of the rifle. Like,
Wow, that's a cool concept.
yeah.
I guess I could have come up with a better concept.
There
It's
it is,
kinda
dude.
how
Took
I
it all
wish
apart, cleaning it and stuff.
they would do with Christine or something. Ever seen
Like,
Stephen King's Christine?
So do I have anything else cool? Well, I have this. Which is pretty cool. That's kind of reflecting a bit,
just a bit.
but it's like I don't know, like
Skeletor.
an old like crusade thing. There's like people being crucified and stuff. It's just a cool thing. I got. Oh, this is my wolf lamp. This is pretty sweet. You just touch it.
Would you consider yourself a hoarder or a collector?
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, same.
But isn't that a cool like wolf lamp? It's all like smoky glass.
That is cool. I remember those.
But yeah, you just touch it anywhere. Just like, hey, I want you to turn on. You just touch the metal anywhere. Turn on, turn off. Turn on, turn off. Like, how cool is that?
It is.
I'm just tapping the shit. And then
Those were like popular. Those touch lamps were popular way back when, in the 80s.
Of course, the 98 Red Wings, Stanley Cup champions.
Come on. We all know it's about the Dallas Stars.
Oh, check this shit out. This is a rubber band ball that I made. And unfortunately, they started drying out and breaking.
Oh
but this is 100% rubber bands.
That's huge.
I was like really bored back in the day. Oh,
anyways, CD collection. Let's see that CD collection.
I was on my computer stuff. So I'll show you my computer here, even though it doesn't work.
I didn't know.
Kind of makes me sad. Yeah, so this is my computer. See, it's got the windows, got a laser etched scorpion grill for the fan on the side.
Cool.
This fan lights up. All of the connections inside light up. It's a pretty. I built this. It's pretty awesome. So on the front, you can control the fans here. There's a fan right here that cools the drives. And these along the side here, this is like blown glass with like bubbles in it. And there's an LED on the top and the bottom, which like changes color. So it will fade from like red to like purple to blue. And then this changes, like the top one changes to yellow. So then it's like yellow to green to red. And then the bottom one changes to blue. So then it's like blue to, green and whatever. But it's pretty neat. But unfortunately, it doesn't turn on. I think the motherboard's messed up on it. But I thought that was a pretty cool computer.
It's nice.
Like I said, I built the shit back in the day when it was I built it for I don't know, like $1,200 or something, and it was probably like equivalent of like a $5,000 computer if you bought it off the shelf. Like it was top of the line everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I got this. This is my Ankylosaurus. Oh, it used to light up. The battery must be dead.
Gotta have an Ankylosaurus.
Have to have it. Dude, Ankylosaurus is the best fucking dinosaur.
I don't know about that.
And my little sea turtle.
Stegosaurus.
Nah, Inquisitor's better.
Uh,
Hand painted Mexican sea turtle. Or I guess it's a regular turtle, it's not a sea turtle.
the
Little
Mexican
bobblehead.
sea turtle.
Yeah, it's just from Mexico. Little hand painted thing.
That's cute. Head bobbles.
Let's see, what else do I have here? So I have this other Ghost Rider poster. Oh, that was pretty neat. And then what else do I have? Oh, check out this little clay dude I made. Rawr!
He looks familiar. I mean, like a character. Hey,
Have a
my
sweet
piggy
My Little
bank.
Pony.
Is that the piggy bank?
It's a piggy bank.
I think that I have that one.
So
Is that the one from Walmart?
Probably. I can't remember.
My brother bought me one.
I know how much it costed me.
$10? No.
Yep.
No,
Yeah.
I think that's what the one. I have the glass one.
Yep. This is the glass one or porcelain.
Yeah.
this book
Oh my
I
goodness.
recommend to everybody. Jumpstart your brain. It was written by the dude who invented Crystal Pepsi. And it's all about like inventing shit.
Oh, cool. I always wanted to be an inventor when I was a kid.
It's pretty cool. You know, I've picked up like a handful of things from it.
Smeggie.
What?
Pine Ape would like a link in the gun channels.
All right, I'll get to you in a second.
You heard him.
I got one more cool thing to show off here, and then I'll be done. So this is my pool cue.
I keep losing my chat.
I got it over here on the side. But
Where's the rest of it?
right here in the thing. Because you know, only cool people have pool cues that you can screw together.
Yeah.
But isn't that cool? It's like a multicolored, like crackly pattern.
I dig it.
Anyways, it's a Viking pool cue, which Vikings, they're the fucking jam, man.
Yeah, man.
They are, dude. It's just a fucking like couple $100 pool cue, dude. It's nice.
Oh, I didn't even know it was a brand. I just thought you meant Vikings in general. I'm like, yeah, they're cool.
So I keep it in my little case with the little thing to keep extra chalk and stuff. And then I have a couple other pool cues. This is like my cheaper bag. I don't even know which pool cue's in here. Oh yeah. I forgot about this one. This is my Simpsons pool cue.
Cool.
I picked this up at a fucking like garage sale. That's right. So I got that one, and then I got this other pool cue that I got from a dude I worked with. It's actually from Marlboro, but this is a Viper. It's just got like the red design on it.
That's kind of nice.
But he gave me that because at one point when I was working at the hardware store, I was like saving up Marlboro points or whatever from like people I knew. Like I just would ask people like when I'd see them, be like, "Hey, do you save like your points or whatever?" And most people are like, "No." So I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'll freaking can I have them?" And anyway, so I saved up all these things, and I wanted to get something cool, and that was the year that they like stopped giving away stuff.
Yeah.
So I was so pissed. So I was talking with the guy I worked with, and he was a smoker, so he had a bunch of stuff. Oops. I put my old lizard cage in the way of the door. Anyways, he was the one that even told me about it because I didn't even know that was a thing. Like I didn't know what the fuck, And so he told me about it, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna start saving those up. So I started finding people that had them and then saving them. And so when it didn't work, he was nice enough to give me that pool cue.
Oh, that's nice.
You said Fine Ape wants a link. I will send him one.
Yes, Fine Ape,
Okay.
1393.
Got him. He's in there.
Yes, toss him a link on
I
Gun
did.
Channelist.
I did. So I'm gonna go back and read some of this stuff. We got some pretty good chat going on here. I'll admit this is not the most gun-oriented chat tonight, but whatever. You guys seem to be
Fun.
enjoying it.
It just says Smeggies Cave late night. It doesn't have any other title to it.
But Smeggie is synonymous with these things, with guns. I can only show off. I can only show off that thing right now.
He's not wearing his tactical vest though.
It only seems to come up for him when he's on another person's chat or another person's stream.
That's what he was saying the other day. I said he just takes it off when he's in his cave.
Well, yeah, I'm home. I mean,
You feel safe.
Don't you guys get naked when you get home? I mean, why would you wear clothes if you're at your house?
I'm naked right now.
They're talking about fucking Magna or Manga and anime and shit. Let's see.
Anime
303
is
British, haha. Okay, so that must be when I showed
Hold
off
on.
the 303 comic.
manga is like the comic version, but you have to read it backwards.
What?
Manga is read backwards.
Right to left?
From front to back, or back to front.
Back to the front. Metallica.
Zeus says he had a Viper stick. They were nice. Yeah, they're cool. But Viper's good. I think Viking is better than Viper. But anyways, so I think I'm all good. Clock or 1911, Troy? I don't get what that means.
What? I said something?
John said clock or 1911, Troy.
Oh, he's asking me Glock or 1911. I didn't answer him. I will say what I always say.
I like this. Smeggy has a bear rug in his room. It's not dead. It's just afraid to move. Yeah, and then everyone went nuts on my computer. Yes, it was top of the line when I built it. So, yes, I have an old school monitor. It does have a 3.5-inch floppy. You know why I put the 3.5-inch floppy on there? Because it was $4 to buy a floppy drive. And I'm like, most all my shit are CDs, but for $4 to have a floppy drive, you never know when you need one. I mean, I built the thing in like 2003. So floppies were a thing of the past, but it was literally out. I bought basically I built that computer off of Newegg, and it was like $4 to buy a floppy drive. I'm like, whatever. Like the case has a spot for it. I might as well put it in.
I like shopping Newegg.
I don't know how you guys do this. Keep up with chats, talk.
Well, I'm having a hard time because I can't type because I'm laying here holding my iPad with one hand and my tablet with the other. So I can't type.
That's why you got speak to talk with the Google Talk thing.
Oh, I don't have that set up on my tablet.
So
I use this tablet.
Fail.
Yeah, going back to Pants, he's asking about the power supply and stuff. The power supply works. Like if I go to turn it on, the fans on the power supply all kick on. The lights on the motherboard kick on, but it never, like, the hard drive never spins up. So it doesn't boot, but it's getting power. So I'm not 100% sure what happened. It was one of those, like, it just didn't turn on one day. So I don't know. Honestly, it was one of those. I didn't use it that much anyways when it happened, and now I have my laptop, and it's honestly, this laptop is probably better performing than that computer at this day and age. But at the time, it was the shit. And that was back when I was playing Counter-Strike quote unquote professionally. So it was pretty badass.
Good evening, everyone.
Hey, how's it going?
How you doing? Fine.
Hi.
Someone new. You are Tina. Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I was looking at your camera and I was like, I want to see your collection.
Oh, figured since Smeggie was showing off. It's not the best
This is
corner of
show
the
and tell
house.
night.
I don't have anything like out organized. That's all I can box.
Well, Smeggie, you did start it.
Wait.
Someone else started it.
Oh,
Troy
but
started it because he has fucking like action figures in the background, and that reminded me of my computer room.
Okay,
I
fine.
didn't start it.
You started it.
You started it with your sticker collection.
With manga, you read it back to front, right?
Sometimes they've got it where it's. Now I got to remember which way. Yeah, we read left to right. Sometimes it's right to left. Sometimes they Americanize it. This is just the stuff I've got out in the living room.
I remember my brother's into it. He's got like tons of it upstairs. He's like into anime and he got me into I got Oh My Goddess on DVD, and then I don't have Sailor Moon on DVD, but I got some Sailor Moon stuff.
Yeah, that's.
Needs to get off my picture. I'm not talking.
Regular DVDs. Those two drawers was just all anime and some Nintendo games.
What the hell is that? Someone's tapping or something.
Oh.
Smeggie, are you stroking out?
No,
Wow.
I'm hearing some weird stuff.
My volume turned all the way down.
Yeah, this is what I have in my office.
They want to hear commentary, Fine Ape. You got to go over
Commentary.
Yes.
Let's start at the A's or B's. What is this? Battle Angel Alita. I actually just started getting into this since they're doing the movie. Oh, Smeggie, you got a floppy drive? I got a stack of floppy disks.
Cool. If I could get my computer to boot up, then I could read them.
As a matter of fact, I'll just grab my damn flashlight. One on my old computer. Let's see. Got some Trigun, Legend of Zelda, a couple of the different Ava series. My GameCube stuff, even though my GameCube, it's in here.
Oh, I got my Sega Genesis hooked up to my TV in the living room, and I got myself Mutant League Hockey plugged into it right now. That was a golden grail game to find.
Great game.
It took me forever to find that thing. I could find Mutant League Hockey or Mutant League Football all over the place, but Mutant League Hockey was definitely much more rare.
I don't know. I take that back. There's the GameCube.
Dude, Mutant League Hockey. Yeah, Pants, fucking listen. Come drive up to my house and hang out with me. Like, you can help me fix my computer because you seem to know what you're talking about. And then we can play Mutant League Hockey together on the fucking big screen in the living room because that's always fun to do.
So who remembers top-loading VCRs?
Yep.
Oh, my Lego creations.
Yes.
X-Wing. That was an Imperial shuttle. I got bored and And I took it apart.
Oh, you always got to make your own shit.
Yeah, kind
I'd
of
make
like
the thing that it was supposed to be for all of like 10 minutes and then destroy it and make something new.
Mayor, apparently this baffled Ellis for the longest time.
Baffling. What is that? A GoBot?
No, it's all Legos.
Oh,
It's the
nice.
leftover parts from that landing ship, and so is.
Okay.
So is this big ass flying wing.
Heck yeah.
Oh, and the funner toys.
Ooh, Yappa Rhino.
And the guard bot, which doesn't have its gun for whatever reason.
He's disarmed.
No, he's nothing but armed. That's all he is an arm. Oh, well, Frank's still watching the place.
Dude, nice knife sticker.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, everyone should go over to gearwebsites.com and get one. Be helping knives out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes.
Oh, so you're into all those things. I never collected.
No, I
night
won
owls.
those.
Oh,
Back
Great ones to
before
have.
King Travi blew up VidMe, Dogbody ran a contest and I won the grand prize. So that was Mr. Frank Castle and all of Metallica.
Don't tread on me.
Mia says she's hobbies are feeling very inadequate. Hey, don't worry about it, dude. We all have our own hobbies. It's okay.
Yeah, apparently this is no longer in style.
No, woodland camo's the best.
No, that's a
IBA.
surplus intercept vest.
Yeah, the
is
IBA. That was a
the
great. I wore those in Korea for the longest time.
The only problem is it's a medium, and apparently I need a tall.
Yeah,
Back only goes up to about my kidneys.
I had the same problem. Luckily, I
Well,
never got
the-
shot at over there.
Boxes of crap that I seem to keep for whatever reason.
I keep all my boxes until a certain point of time.
Got this in 2 weeks ago. Year 3 of Injustice.
Some Mountain Dew cans.
No,
Oh.
Sundrop.
Okay.
Sundrop is better.
Ugh.
I've never heard of that.
Hang on a second. Where's the kick button? Let me find it here.
Oh, come on. There's a high C can and a Mountain Dew Retro.
All right.
You got against
you're
Sundrop, or
reading
don't
to
you
at least
like
have a Mountain
citrus?
Dew?
Or don't you like citrus drinks?
I like Mountain Dew.
But not Sundrop?
No, it's disgusting.
It's got flavor to it.
Like Sun Kissed.
Gross.
Gross yourself.
Ooh.
Dude,
Saw
I have the
that the
power to
other
kick
day.
you. Be nice to me.
I am being nice. I'm being about as nice to you as you are to me.
I'm
That's
a
not bad.
benevolent dictator, but I will kick people for talking shit about Mountain Dew.
I'm not saying Mountain Dew. It's just that Sundrop is got a local bottling plant in the area. It's
Mountain
stuff that's
Dew-
been around since it's been around.
Okay, that's acceptable. I mean, I drink Faygo because it's a Detroit thing, so I can understand the hometown vibe.
Here, just
give you a
look at the
pass.
FNX 45 and feel a little better.
Yes. No, Despop. Shoot it.
No, no,
Do it.
no.
You know you
I'm
want
putting a
to.
hole in my new carpets, and I'm not opening the window since it's 20 below outside.
Air conditioning.
No, I got enough air conditioning coming back in. This stuff is actually pretty good.
That is good.
I'm out of Fago. I'm sad. That's what happens when I leave half a bottle. Because then when I come back home, it's like, oh, I have something to drink. It's only half a bottle. It's all gone now. I think I might go get a glass of water. Yuck.
Oh, the worst.
I know, right?
Dude, you gotta force me to drink water. Not you, personally.
Well, I can understand Smeggie's reluctance to drink water. He is a snowman, and it is just basically liquidized cannibalism.
Yeah, but it freezes after I drink it, so I get bigger.
Ooh.
Is that the blue water?
Many ways.
All right. You guys are talking nerd chat over in the gun channel side about computers.
Yeah, I can't even
type this
follow
in.
it.
9800 Pro, baby. That's right. Radeon 9800 Pro. In your face, bitches. I bought that right before the X800 came out. The X800 cost $800 when it came out. My video card was like $150. That's the thing. I took everything like one step down. So like I said, I built it like the best it could be, but it was like one step down from like the leading edge shit. Fucking 2 gigs of RAM. Like I was a fucking badass. Anyways. Like I said, that was back in my gaming days. I impressed some people with my Counter-Strike-ness, but yeah, I was on a Counter-Strike team. Played in a handful of tournaments. I was in Cal M, which is just Cal Main. Never quite got good enough to get into Cal I, which is Invite. Those are like that. I would call them like the actual like gaming pros. They're the ones that actually get paid to play. The best I did was like win some prizes at a tournament. In fact, I won this like badass heatsink, but it was for a Pentium and I have an AMD. So I ended up like selling it to this kid for $80. Like he was like, "Hey, you gonna use that?" I was like, "No, not really. Like I don't have one. Like I don't need one of these." And we looked it up. Like on Newegg, it costs like 100 and some bucks. He's like, "I got $80 on me." I said, "Okay." So he got a deal, and I got $80 in my pocket. That was my best winnings. I guess it's kind of like if you go to a shooting sport and they have a prize table where you can buy like you win like guns or accessories or whatever. You end up just selling them if you don't want them. It's kind of the equivalent of that. I'm not going to use a tall glass. I'm going to use a short glass, so then I don't have to drink that much water. Oh, man.
No beer for the snowman?
Not this time of night. It's time for water. So I just came home from the bar. It was depressing. We were watching the Michigan game. They were doing good. Like the first half of the game, they were like doing good. Well, they were leading for a while, and like right near the end of the first half, they ended up like giving up the lead. They were down by, I forget, like 6 or 8, something like that, going into halftime. The second half started, and like they just went downhill from there. They ended up losing by, I forget, like 16 points or something. At one point, like for the majority of the second half, they were down by like 20 points or whatever. So it was one of those like, yeah, this game's pretty much over. The one thing I did like about it, though, is as soon as the game ended, like everybody left. There were like 3 of us left in the bar. And I'm like, this is more my speed. I hate when it's fucking busy as hell. Because I like the people who work there. Like I know them. You know, that the thing's right around the corner from my house. So I go there all the time. And so I know all the people there. So I want to talk to them, but when they're busy, like I can't talk to them because I don't want to be rude. So it was nice once the game ended. Fuck yeah, pants. Let's pwn some noobs in CS. I'm down. I haven't played Counter-Strike in fucking, I don't even know, 5-6 years.
So there's still active servers for that?
I hope so. I don't know. There might be 1.6. Well, no, there wouldn't be 1.6 servers anymore, I doubt. But there might be Counter-Strike Source servers still up. Although I think everyone plays Counter-Strike Go nowadays.
The mobile app market, everything old is new again.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, dude. I was playing that shit back. I started at 1.4, and then 1.5 came out. That's where I played most of my shit. Then they came out with 1.6, and then when Half-Life 2 came out, the Counter-Strike equivalent to Half-Life 2 was Counter-Strike Source. So then I played that for a while. But my heyday was like Counter-Strike 1.5. That was when I was the best. And I did okay in the other ones, but then I fucking got a job and I couldn't devote so much time to playing. I mean, when I was on the team, we had practice every day and a match like once a week. So it was like legitimate, like a thing. But anyways, we don't have to get all nerdy. That's okay. We can go back to talking guns. I like guns.
How about food?
Fuck food.
I'd rather not.
Speaking of food, I need to get some.
You don't need food.
Food's for the weak. It's a crutch.
I am weak.
Food is a way of keeping your stomach warm.
Beer will do that. Ooh. Talking waters. A growler? Is that a growler of...
That is 64, well, was 64 fluid ounces of beer.
It was.
Now it's...
That's like, dude, back in the day. So when I was in school, we used to play a game called Natural Selection. It was a Half-Life mod, but it was like aliens versus Marines. So you'd be on a team and there were like different types of aliens, and like you'd end up like when you killed people, you'd get like points or whatever, and you could use the points to like evolve your thing to like get like new abilities or turn into a different type of thing and whatever. And then the Marines, like they, had all their stuff and they would build like defensive turrets and all this different stuff, whatever. But anyway, so we'd play every Wednesday night. And we'd go and we'd play for a while. It was in the dorms, and we'd be like across the hall from each other playing. And then when we were done with that, we'd always go to Dunkin' Donuts, and me and my buddy would split a dozen donuts. So we'd each eat like a couple there, and then bring a couple home or whatever. But anyway, so I told that whole part of the story was that there was a local brewery like right down the street, and it was one of those things where like you buy the growler like the first time for however much money, and then you could go in and get it refilled for like $1 or something. Like it was ridiculously cheap. So my buddy had one of them, and he filled the thing up and would bring it to Natural Selection. So me and him are just drinking straight out of the growler. Like we're passing it back and forth drinking. And this other guy was like, "What the hell are you guys drinking?" And completely as a joke, my buddy's like, "Maple syrup?" Because it looks like a big like maple syrup bottle, And he's like, "You guys are fucking weird." And so we're sitting there drinking it like all night. We're sitting there playing, and he keeps making fun of us and all this shit, whatever. End of the night, he like comes around like the other side of the table, and he happened to like pick the thing up or something, but he smelled it. And out of the blue, he's like, "This isn't maple syrup. This is beer." And we're like, "Yeah, no shit. Like, you actually thought this was maple syrup for like the past 2 hours? We've just been sitting here drinking maple syrup out of the bottle?" Like, what the fuck? He legitimately thought that's what it was because we told him that and he believed us. Yes, just like Super Troopers. So I always thought that was funny.
I'm gonna sign out of the chat room, but I'll be back on the YouTube chat later in a few.
All right, take it easy, Tina.
Later.
Thanks for jumping in. I hope you enjoyed yourself. You're always welcome in the cave. Please come back anytime you want.
Oh, well, thank you. But,
I promise we'll talk about guns more next time.
No, it's been fun. Just looking at your toys. I just don't have any toys to show off. They're all like scattered around the house.
Oh, that's okay. We don't have to play show and tell. It was one of those nights. So, anyways, yeah, thanks for jumping in. We'll see you later.
All right, later.
Bye, Tina.
I can figure out how to do this. Bye-bye.
Just hit the little red phone looking thing at the top. That's the disconnect button.
Oh. Oh.
Do you see it next to like where? There you go.
She got it.
Just trying to be helpful.
You're very helpful.
I try to be.
Smeggies usually a lady to the gentleman. Sorry, strike that, reverse that.
Yeah, whatever. Same thing. I don't think I want to look up what Mia's talking about. So I want to learn something gross. Nope, I do not.
Going to.
So if anyone feels like looking that up, knock yourself out, but just don't tell me about it. I don't want to know.
I'm going to screen share it.
No, you're not. It's gross.
It's not gross, actually. Oh, maybe it is. What?
Yeah, no thanks.
Don't worry, I won't screen share it.
If it's a gooey duck, don't screen share that, please.
Dude, I've eaten gooey duck. I've eaten gooey duck when I was in Washington a couple of times. Went gooey duck hunting.
What is this?
What is what?
Gear websites tagged the Smeggie Cave logo. So I have been tagged in a photo of the Smeggie Cave.
Well, we hope you had your hands on at least.
It's just the logo from this channel with me sitting in the cave.
Oh, yeah, the smiling snowman, not tactical snowman or regular snowman.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my initial cartoon snowman that G-Web's made for me.
On the gun channel side?
No, it's on Instagram.
Oh. Man,
it says 2 hours ago? Did you really do this 2 hours ago? I haven't looked at my phone since then.
He's up. He's on the gun channel side.
Yeah, I know, but apparently he posted a picture 2 hours ago. That was before we all nerded it out.
Let's see.
Oh, man.
Does he have a Instagram gear websites also?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, he has so much stuff. I just found out that he had a gear websites YouTube channel the other day.
Oh, that's the way to be, because that's the only channel he can live stream in right now.
Dude, I mean, he has a sense of humor. I didn't know he did.
What? He's awesome. Of course he has a sense of humor.
No, he's a great dude. I just didn't know he had a sense of humor. I thought he was always like, you know, straight up Hua Army 2A only pro rights. And then I was watching his fan chats and they were cracking me up.
You've obviously never seen his top 10 vampire movie list or horror movie list.
That definitely.
Because every single one of it was lesbian vampire, blank, 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 from outer space.
That's what, as much as I hate when Matt does his top 10 list, that was a funny night. I'll give that one. That one was pretty good.
So why
And
can't
top
he?
10s. Go
Sorry,
ahead.
you go.
No, I'm taking a
Why
bite.
can't he stream from his site? I thought he does the Daily Gun Show.
Well, that's
Daily Gun Show is a separate channel, and his strike on his main channel was it playing Red Dawn, or did he get that one removed and then it was struck for a 10-year-old video or something like that?
Yeah, he got a. So you're right. So yeah, to sum up, the Daily Gun Show is its own YouTube channel, so that one's fine. Actually, there's a handful of us that can actually like have access to that can start it up. I've done it a few times, because like I have the password for it or whatever. But yeah, the gun website's YouTube channel got a strike for a book review of the Anarchist Cookbook. But he literally was like, "This is a book that exists. Like, it kind of has some interesting stuff in it, I guess." And that got a strike for like promoting violence or some shit. You know what I mean? It's like, are you kidding me? It's a book review, dude. He didn't even like talk about the stuff that's in there. So I don't know. It's bullshit.
Yeah, when I
YouTube
found the Gear
political stuff.
website's YouTube channel, I was like, oh my God, he's pretty funny.
Yeah, so the Gear website YouTube channel is a separate one, which he does his live streams from there. Like I said, the van chat, and he'll do some other stuff on there too. But that's a good one. I recommend people checking that out.
Yeah, go to Gear websites. Get a
Buy
different
knives
side of
back.
G-Webs.
See a different side of G-Web, get knife stickers and the gun channel's trading cards. Holy crap, I'm only had half a beer and I can't talk.
A half a beer?
Well, I mean, it's half a pint glass. A large pint glass.
Right, it's all relative.
Mm-hmm. So not to put you on the spot, Smeggie, and if you don't know or can't talk about it, just let me know. So what's up with G not continuing the tour?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to comment on that. I can let
That's
you know on other stuff, but that's not for me to say. So he's talked about it a little bit before, but I don't feel comfortable saying nothing. I mean, he did the one leg, which was awesome, and I'm hoping the other legs still exist at some point in the future.
All right. So how about guns?
Yeah, I like guns.
I like guns that go bang and ones that go boom.
I'm looking. Okay, so let me ask you this: 'cause I got some viewers out here. I'm looking for some insight or some inspiration or whatever you want to call it. So I am going up north the end of April for Shootapalooza. I go up there with my friends twice a year, and it's all about shooting guns, like drinking beer and sitting around the bonfire in that order, but mostly shooting guns. So I'm going up there, and I know I've shown off before what my shooting range looks like that I've built up there. So I'm hoping people are familiar with it. I can try and screen share a picture of it. I can pull that up here in a minute. But so here's the thing. I was talking the other day, and I realized, well, because it all came down to like my dad was asking if he wants me to, or if I want him to take up. He has a post hole digger like at home, and he's like, should I take that up north and leave it up north so you can use it? Because I want to rebuild the target area a little bit because it's leaning forward. Like I have these two posts that go up, and then I have these like trees that are behind it, and then there's dirt behind that. And that's what I staple my targets to, or I just staple them to the logs. And the idea is when it gets shot up, I'll just pull those out and like, put a new log in there, because I can go to the swamp whenever I want and start chopping up a tree that fell down. Like, I don't know if I'd cut down like a tree that was alive, but like there's always trees falling over, so they're sitting there anyways. Like, just chop the wood up, who cares? And anyway, so that got me thinking. He mentioned something. Yeah, you could do that. And I got there thinking, I'm gonna have a handful of people up there with me. Now might be the time to like build something cool for the range, because I'll have friends up there that are, mechanically able, and I got my truck. I can throw a couple 4x4s in there. I can grab whatever, like wood and different stuff, like whatever I need, I can get and take it with me. And that might be the time to do stuff that I can't really do by myself. So my question is, what should I do to the range to make it better? Because I want to fix up the target area. Like, that's already kind of decided. And I'm pretty sure I can, like, okay, so the whole problem, I didn't explain that well. So the problem why the thing is leaning forward is because I didn't really like dig down that much when I put the post down. And that's because I didn't have like a post hole digger or anything. So I was just using a shovel, and you know how it is, if you try and dig like a really deep hole with like a regular shovel, it ends up being like 3 foot wide at the top just to get, a foot down or whatever, right? Because the angle and shit. So I didn't dig that deep, and so it's not like anchored very well. So I'm thinking of pulling that all out and then like digging down with the post hole digger like a couple of feet, dropping in a 4x4, backfilling or whatever, and then putting the logs back in behind there so that it holds up real good. But I was also I've kind of been considering like, well, I think I could build a shooting bench by myself. I probably don't need help with that, but like, I don't know, I almost kind of want to make like a little roof and stuff, like build a little, I don't know, put a couple posts down and put
kind of like a
some
lean-to without
corrugated.
sides.
What's that?
Kind of like a lean-to without sides.
Exactly. Yeah, just something so that like if I wanted to like go shooting in the rain, it'd be no big deal, but also just keep the sun off you and everything.
Well, for the rain, you're going to have to build it a fair amount bigger than if you were just to do like a sunshade.
Right.
Um,
All right, so I'm sharing here on my Instagram, and I will scroll down to what's it doing? Scroll down. What the hell? It seriously keeps jumping back to the top. There we go. I still like this picture. I can't help it. Little doggy at SHOT Show peeking out. Hey, what you doing? Anyway, let me get down. It's somewhere down here, I think. Let's see. There we go. So this is a far away picture. This was more. These are all the different guns we had up there. So this is the sand hill. I actually have 2 like half a trees down here to kind of hold the sand back, and then I put these posts down, and then I put these logs behind it, and you can see there's like a target staple to it. But you can even see in this picture, see how angled that is? It's even worse nowadays. And let me go back to the picture where I actually built the thing. And I don't know, I don't want to make my buddies do like too much work, but what the hell? You're coming up north for free. Like, the least you can do is help me build something real quick. I think, right? That's a fair trade?
no, you think it'd be too much work to say, hey, I'd like to widen the berm a little bit, or maybe dump some more sand on it?
Well, the thing is, I would do that with the tractor, So that's
Mhm.
not really like I can do that by myself anytime I want. I do want to make it wider. That's definitely something I want to do.
True, but how many of your friends would be willing to, if you went, hey, you want to play with the tractor for an afternoon?
Yeah, no, that's definitely a thing. It's gonna depend on how wet it is, because actually I tried to do that last time I was up there, and it had
Mm-hmm.
just rained the night before, and
No.
the tractor kept digging in like right here. So basically, this is when I first built it. I basically all I did was because it's all sand up there. So I have a tractor with a
Mm-hmm.
front bucket. I just like drove forward and scooped up sand and then dumped it. And then like I moved over a little bit and I drove forward, scooped up sand. Like so I just took like a couple inches off the top over a long distance, and then that was all this dirt here. And then this you can see, so there's one here and one there. So it's actually kind of got covered over. So this isn't exactly as soon as I built it, but it's close enough. Um, this was a tree that had fallen over in the swamp that was bigger, and I just cut it, like dragged it out with the tractor and cut it in half. So these are like the two logs, and that kind of makes the base of the berm. And then so here are the posts that I dug down. I basically went between the two logs. I put those down, and then these trees are, I don't know, maybe like 5-6 inches diameter. So I just kind of chop those up into whatever length and stack those all up. And then there's, dirt behind there. So it looked great when I first did it, and it lasted for a while. But then like the sand, the sand always likes to settle out. And because this is literally like, okay, so here's like the start of it. It probably goes down to like here. I mean, like I maybe went down a foot, if that. And so it's not down enough to really support it. So I'd like to pull all this out and then dig down here, put the things down. I'll put these back because I like having just these logs here. Because like I said, I can staple the targets there. I have a nice little flat spot here, which that always fills in, but I can just grab a shovel and scoop that out. And I like to put my dueling tree right here. So this is the actual target part of it. And you're right. I'd like to extend this peak out at least to like over here, just to make it wider, because then it will go down at an angle like all the way over to here, and that part will be fine. So I can just drive up here, scoop up dirt, drive around the side, dump it, and just let it like all fill in. But I don't know.
When
Like
you dumped it the first time, did you tamp it any with the bucket, or did you just dump it?
I just dumped it. Yeah,
Okay.
it was when I finished dumping, it was like this tall,
Mhm.
and then now it's settled down to like this height, which this is still like, I don't even know, 7.5, maybe 8 foot, something like that. Like it's still a pretty tall berm. And this actually kind of goes downhill a little bit. That's just the natural thing. So when I'm standing like way back here, like I have no issues with like shooting over the berm. Like this log, like right about here is like eye level for me. And I'm 6 foot. That was the biggest thing. I want to shoot straight. When we used to shoot up north, we'd always just like put a target on the ground, and I was sick of shooting down at an angle. So if I staple a silhouette right here, it's like a person standing in front of me. So when I'm doing any of like my self-defense training, like I don't know quite what distance it is that I took this picture, but I'm like standing like here. It's whatever, 5 yards or something. Like it's close. So I'll do that kind of stuff for that. And then it really is, like I said, I'll put a silhouette target right here, and I'm sitting eye to eye with the dude. So that's why I like it. But I don't know. Maybe I should like just redo this or whatever. You're right. I could let my friends play around on the tractor. I have fun driving the tractor, but I also
Well, I
don't
think
want to
everyone who
dig
drives a
like,
tractor usually has fun on it.
oh yeah. But
That's the only
there's
reason my dad
definitely
comes
a
to visit
skill
me
to running
sometimes.
the bucket while driving. And I'm
Mhm.
not even all that good about it. So I don't know if the other guys, like, I guess worst case scenario, they fucking start getting in trouble and I just jump in and get them out of trouble. Because I seriously almost got the tractor stuck. Like, that's how bad it was. I fucking, like, dug in pretty deep, and it was like, oh, this is getting bad fast. I had to like, how like you can like push like tilt the bucket forward and like
Mm-hmm.
push down and then roll back, like to like use the bucket to like push the
Like a
tractor
blade.
out.
Yeah.
I had to do that and fucking rock back and forth and like walk it out, and then and like turn the front wheels left to right to like knock the sand down like back into the what do you call it, whatever, like
Ruts.
like the ruts that I had made. So I had to like rock back and forth to kind of like fill in the ruts and then like kind of get up over the hump. And basically as soon as I got the tractor unstuck, I'm like, all right, I'm done. Like I don't want to ruin the whole weekend by getting the tractor stuck, because then my dad would kill me. And I got it stuck like sideways, like right here. I'm like, now we can't even go shooting. There's a fucking big ass tractor right here.
Well, getting the tractor stuck with friends around is the best time. Like, hey, you get over here, and push.
Oh no, it was
Well, I
in
suppose
there.
I should.
We're not pushing that fucker out. It's heavy as hell.
What? Okay, I guess I should have asked how big a tractor it is. So I'm just used to my little 32 horse.
It's I'm trying to think how to describe it. It's an old school Ford tractor. Um,
About how big are the rear tires on you if you were like to stand next to the rear tires?
just stand next to the rear tires, 5 foot, a little bit more than that,
Okay, so
maybe.
probably about shoulder height.
Yeah, I mean my shoulder isn't at 5 foot, but yeah, I'd say they're probably like 5 foot tires.
Okay. Yeah, be bigger than mine. I know mine weighs just a touch under just a touch under a ton.
Yeah, this is a big like. It, we've had the thing. We've popped it in neutral and stuff. It's not moving anywhere if it doesn't want to. Like I said, it's got the bucket on the front. I'm trying. Like, I guess I'm trying to picture. I don't I don't think it's like 6 foot wide. I'm trying to picture if I could like lay down inside the bucket. I think it'd be kind of close. So I mean, the whole thing's like about, yeah, maybe 6 foot wide.
Either way, it's still a pretty big beast, or still a fair-sized beast.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a legitimate tractor. It's not like a lawn tractor.
Or a
It's like
compact
a
utility.
legitimate like farm. I mean, we use it to like cut the grass and stuff. My dad's got like an 8 foot mower deck that he drags behind it. All right, see you, Pants. Have a good one.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of how to kind of stabilize your backstop. Well, it's sandy soil there, but you still have. So is there like grass growing on top of the stuff before you decide to make the berm?
Uh, there was
Okay.
like weeds growing on it, but yeah,
Not really.
it's mostly it's just sand though. Oh, is he talking? Did he just like lag out or something?
Yeah, it sounds like it. He's on mute now.
Oh, maybe something came up. Whatever. It seemed like he was asking questions like he was getting to something, and then to just like not respond. I'm like,
Hello,
that's kind of weird.
testing 1, 2, 3.
Now I gotcha.
Okay.
He's
No, I was
there.
asking if it. You said it's sandy soil there, but was there grass growing on it before you ripped it up to make the mound?
There was like weeds growing on it. It was not really grass, but there was,
Okay.
yes, there was stuff growing, and I just scraped the top layer off and dumped it.
Okay. No, because I was thinking Like the range that I used to go to, it's more kind of clayish and sand, but they have like they got like prairie grass or stuff growing on it, because like once that grass starts to take root, it'll kind of bind all the sand together and should keep it from settling too much.
Right. Yeah, and that's the backstop is starting to get a little bit of stuff growing on it, but not much.
Hmm.
Like I think the backside of it has a couple little things growing on it, but it's it's definitely not grass. It's just like
Yeah.
whatever, some type of weed, or like cattails or something like. Oh, not cattails. What the hell am I thinking of?
Um,
But whatever, some
Switchgrass.
like something like a little like thorny weed or something growing on it, but it's it's not a lot.
Oh, thistles.
Yeah. I mean, so eventually, yeah, I'd like to just I'm just gonna let nature do that though. So if stuff grows on it, then great, it'll hold itself in place. I think I'm gonna go with basically just I'm gonna keep making it bigger than I want it to be.
Hmm.
So if it settles out, it ends up settling out to being whatever, I wanted it to be in the end.
Yeah. Well, I definitely, once you dump a bucket or two, kind of just or use the bottom of the bucket just maybe to kind of pack it down a little bit. That way it shouldn't, when it does settle, you should be closer to what you were, even though it's going to get perforated by bullets anyway.
Hmm. Yeah, that's a good idea. More, especially like when I build it out wider. Because the other part of like in that second picture, like it's the same height it has been for a couple years now. Like it settled a bunch when I first made it, and then it's pretty much stayed the same since then. So I mean, every once in a while, I can always grab a bucket and dump it on top and just let it, fall down wherever it feels like.
Say, wouldn't have like any tree stumps that you drag over to it, could you?
Mm, I don't know. I mean, I could probably grab something out the swamp. Like I said, there's plenty of trees that fell over inside the swamp. That's where I got all the other logs from. So if I could always drive a tractor back in there and try and find something, drag it out.
Well, let's see now. You got a tractor, a swamp, and you're moving trees. How is it you don't have your own show on History Channel yet? Or
I
was that
don't
Discovery
know.
that had that damn show on?
Yeah, whatever. Either way, I just gotta find gold and drive across a chunk of ice, and I'll be perfect.
Well, hold
Catch
on
some
now.
crab.
You got gold. You got silver gold sitting in that there berm, and it's all sand. Tell your friends, here you go, find the shiny.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, I've thought about that at some point, like ripping it up and like sifting through all of it, pull all the lead out of it, and then melting it down and make my own projectiles. That would be interesting too.
Um, Trying to think here. So you're leaning towards building up the backstop and maybe putting up tin roof.
Yeah, I mean those are the things that I've already had planned. So I want to
Mm-hmm.
make it wider. I want to fix like the logs because like I said they're leaning forward right now at like a 45-degree angle. So I'd like to get that fixed out. And that's something that with friends' help, I mean it just makes it easier to move the logs around with a couple people and
Mm-hmm.
all that kind of stuff. Um but that's where I'm asking for inspiration of stuff that like I probably couldn't do by myself. And so I'm gonna be up there with like five people. So if there's some big heavy thing that we need to move around, I'd like to do it now. I don't really know what else I want to do to it.
I don't know. Are you within quick distance of restroom facilities,
Oh yeah,
or is it
yeah. The
just,
house is
hey,
right
here's a
there.
tree? Oh, okay.
Well, and that too. Yeah,
Um,
but yeah, it's right. I mean, I don't know. It takes like a minute or so to walk up to the house. Like it's right there. It's within 50 yards of the house or something.
um, hmm. I don't know. Do you guys just, what do you do the most shooting of, or is it just kind of bounces back and forth depending on what people bring?
Yeah, it just kind of depends on what people bring. I tend to lean towards just shooting like the AR and the AK, and then I mean, I have my handgun there as well. And I shoot
Um,
a lot of handgun also, and that's I normally just go up close, shoot the handgun. Um, we'll race each other on the dueling tree, both of us shooting at the same time because that's the most fun. And then I do
um,
have a couple of steel targets that I need to put up there, but I'm just gonna grab a couple of shepherd hooks and put those in the ground and hang them.
yeah.
And then those things are rated for rifles, so then I'll go out to like, you know, 100 yards or more and then shoot at those with rifles. So I can shoot almost 300 yards if I go all the way to like the front part.
Okay.
We did that in the fall. There was one tree that was in the way. Me and my buddy cut the tree down. We had to use a fucking like a bow saw because we didn't have a chainsaw up there. So that was helpful having a second person because I'm not gonna lie, I got tired about halfway through the tree. And I'm like, dude, I'm tired. And my
Hardy
buddy's like,
work
all
for hardy Michigan people.
right.
I said hardy work for hardy Michiganers. Michiganese?
Michiganders.
Michiganders?
That's our term, apparently.
What was I thinking before I got confused on what to call Michigan people?
But
Oh, I guess what I was getting at with, say, like your pistol, if you're shooting up close, is it all sand there or is there still grass? Because if it's, I don't know if it was like sand or if you had like, I don't know, even just say a bucket or so of gravel to put down, it would make picking up brass a little easier than having to find it between the grass and that.
yeah, there's not really grass there. I mean, if you remember the picture, like it's all pretty much open sand.
Okay. Well, let's see. You got a backstop. You got a place to shoot from. You're not too far from a shitter. What else does a gun range need?
I I don't know. I mean, I'm super
Um,
happy with it. I just, like I said, the idea of going, oh yeah, I have captives. Like I have people that are coming to my place, and like my one buddy's riding with me, so he doesn't get to go home unless I tell him he's allowed to go home. So if I can put these guys to work, I just don't want to miss the opportunity. It's not the end of the world. I
yeah.
can always work on it myself. Me, and my dad can do stuff. It's just if there's something that I don't know, like whatever.
Well,
I
no,
don't
I
even know if
definitely
I'm
think if
gonna
you put
make
up
the.
a kind of a covered shooting area or a, um, not a shooting pit, but your covered area, yeah, if you're actually putting something up, having people with to do all that definitely help.
Yeah, I'd like to have something because there's a little area kind of like we go off to the side a little bit, and it is kind of in the shade because there's a couple trees there, but that's like where we set up the table and put all our guns down and stuff. But I can just picture if that area had a little like roof and whatnot, it just be it's basically like about 25 yards out.
Hmm.
So I mean that's pretty good for like shooting whatever. And then you have to go over a little bit to go out to like the 50, the 100 yard. Then there's like a little patch of trees, which I cut the one down to make a shooting lane. And once you get to the other side of the trees, that's at like 150 yards, and then you go from there out to like 300, and that's all open field. But I spend the majority of my time shooting, like ARs at the 50-yard range or whatever, or shooting handguns from 25 and in.
I suppose if you made a, I don't know, say like a 8-foot tall from the basically from the ground to like where your cross post for your kind of covered shooting area, you wouldn't have to make it overly big. Or what you could do is if you make that shade area, just keep like a tarp or something around, and if the excuse me, if the wind or the rain's blowing from like either the back or from one side, you could always, just put a part of a tarp to keep that area kind of out of the elements.
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. We have like a massive tarp up there because I used to lay the tarp out to catch the brass. Because I remember I went over this guy's house. He had a bunch of people over, and that's what he did. He laid a tarp out, and everyone like went shooting. And then like he was a reloader, so it was basically like grab the 4 corners, pull them towards the middle, and then just dump all the brass into a bucket. And that was his thing, was like that's almost kind of where I got the inspiration for Shoot-a-Palooza. But that was, you went shooting all day, and then he combined that with a chili cook-off, and then a massive fucking bonfire at night, and everyone spent the night there because we all got like super wasted. So that was like one day of like awesomeness. And his basic whole thing was like, you can eat my food, and you can sleep in my house, and you can shoot at my house. Just leave me the brass. Like, that's the price. And I'm like, I have no problem with that, because that was awesome.
Yeah, we probably won't get along then.
Because you want to keep your brass.
Well, yeah, I want to keep my brass. I mean, why do I have all this crap then?
No. Well, I get it. I'm sure some people grab stuff too, but I'm just saying that from my point of view, I was like, that's fine with me. Like, you are bringing me to your home, like letting me shoot at your range, letting me sleep in your basement, like feeding me dinner and stuff. I mean, I brought my own beer, but he was a very gracious host, and I'm like, all right, that makes sense. But anyways, the whole point of that was that he had laid out tarp, and it worked really well. I tried that up north, and it worked, but at the same time, it's like,
it's a real pain in the ass if you got the slightest gust.
Yeah, I mean, and I put like logs in the 4 corners to hold it down and stuff, but half the brass was shooting off the end of the tarp anyways. And then, I move around a lot. It's like sometimes I'll shoot 25 yards, then I'll go shoot at 50. I'll put a couple magazines at 50, go out to 100 for a magazine, come back to 25. Like, now I feel like shooting my handgun. Now I feel like shooting the rifle again. Go back out to 100 yards. Oh, now I feel like shooting the handgun again. Like, I'm very ADD when I shoot.
I was gonna say, there's not. You're not buying the caffeinated beer, are you?
No.
Oh.
I'm just, I don't know, just ADD. I'm gonna say, I guess one of the other things I could do, like if I really wanted, I should set up a shooting range or like a shooting station, like whatever, like at the 100-yard mark or whatever, and then like put target stands like 50 yards away from that. Because like I'd still have the backstop, like, downrange, but then that way, like if I wanted to shoot close, I'd have the target close, or I could shoot the 100 yards, like actually at the backstop. Kind of thinking like, like a regular outdoor range. Everybody shoots at the same location. The targets change the distance, how far away they are.
Yeah.
And then there's just like a big backstop in the background somewhere. Whereas I do it where the targets are right there at the backstop, and then I move myself further away or closer.
Just trying to think. You said you could build a kind of like a permanent bench by it yourself, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you ever
I mean,
thought of
I
making
don't
like those
have to put
plywood
them to work.
barricades?
I'm sorry, what's that?
I don't know. Do you have any interest in, like, say, plywood barricades or something like that? You know, those kind of weird things that guys cut out where it might be, say, 1 foot square hole in this point, and then like kind of steps down, you know,
Oh yeah.
for
No,
like the dynamic shooting or whatever.
Yeah, I don't have anything like that. That'd be pretty neat.
There, then you can earn the tactical snowman.
Yeah. Well, that's something I wanted to do too on the. I guess I forgot that part. I wanted to once I make the berm wider and stuff, I want to put sides on it, like coming back towards me, like to make it a true like U-shaped like bay. Because I want to like set up my own like IDPA course and stuff. So yeah, having like a barricade type thing where it forces you to like duck down to shoot or go around to the left and go up and down and sideways and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you can even kind of do a little fun of it, like take a sheet of plywood and just kind of make it in a rough car shape and set like a chair there, and have to like either draw from your holster like that, like you're being carjacked or something like that.
Yeah, that would be pretty neat.
And post a picture up on there saying this is a Smeggie mobile.
Be pretty cool to paint it in like snow camo. That was something I was trying to mention earlier. I, I think the best camo pattern is the fucking like snow camo, where it's like the white and then all the different shades of blue, a little bit of gray. Like it just looks so badass.
So have you, well, what you could do to kind of help stabilize your post is get like a bag or two of Quickcrete and just dig down and use those as anchors. Or is it like too moist up there to where that stuff wouldn't set?
No, I think it would set up. That'd be all right. I
Just more
I just
work than
don't
you
know if I
want to
have to
do.
go that route. I mean, honestly, I know I half-assed digging the hole the first time, and
Mm-hmm.
it's lasted a couple years. It's just shifting forward. So I'm pretty sure if I actually like dug down to the depth that it probably should have been to begin with, it should be fine. Like I don't think I need to concrete anchor it in place.
So is this the same place where you go up to deer hunt every once in a while?
Yeah. Yep,
Do
same
you have an
place.
elevated stand?
I do not.
Well, there you go. You can kill two birds with one stone. You can build a stand there and make it either, well, for this 6 months of the year, it's a deer stand. Or Shoot-a-Palooza, it's the sniper's nest or whatever.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be like super tall, even if you're just an extra, even if it's just like 6 feet off the ground or something.
That's a pretty cool idea. Especially because if if I build it and set it up like in the front clearing, which would be like closer to like the 300-yard mark, like that would be good for the Shootapalooza stuff. But then at the same time, I wouldn't even have to move it, because then that would give another location for hunting that front field. Because they come out like the front part, which is normally like between where we set up and the road. So it's like, well, damn it, I can't shoot at them because they're between me and the road. But that shooting stand would be closer up towards the road, and you'd be shooting back towards the woods. So that would open up that whole area of clearing as being a shootable area.
Yeah, and if you made it big enough and put just like just a slant roof. Let's see, where it wasn't slanting, where it was, how would I say this? Basically, you'd want it to be at an angle, not at an angle. Guess I'm thinking if you make it big enough, you could also use the very top as a kind of a second shooting platform. Just so you didn't want it to be angled where if you're shooting at the berm, you're either leaning head down or, well, I suppose if you're leaning back and up, it wouldn't be quite a thing, but it'd be, I don't want to say more realistic, but a little more immersive kind of thing.
Smeggie.
What's up?
Off, brother.
What?
Going to jump off.
Oh, all right, man. Take it easy.
You and Fine Ape run the show.
All right, that sounds like a plan.
Good seeing you again, Troy.
Yes, sir. You too, Fine.
Hey. Don't call me sir. I work for my paycheck.
So do we all, I think. But we all deserve respect.
All right. Well, good evening to you then.
I guess I'll give you.
That's funny. I always say sir condescendingly. Like, okay, sir. Whatever you say.
I always mean it, but I'm going to be in the chat, so just listen to your voices put me to sleep.
Yeah, sorry, I have that effect on people.
No, I mean, I'm going to let your voices put me to sleep, but it's a beautiful voice.
Okay, Smeggie, what we need to do is every so often we just need to start subliminally planting an idea in his head. Buy a Korth 1911. The meteorite one is only $500,000.
Okay, I'm off.
All right,
see you, man.
Talk to you later.
All right, later.
Oh, fuck, man. I like instantly got tired as soon as he said that. It was like, oh, it's fucking 6 o'clock in the morning. Like, maybe I should be tired too.
Anyway, I'm trying to think. I thought Michigan was still in Central Time.
Nah, we're Eastern.
Or does it like bifurcate the state?
Yeah, the Eastern time zone starts like in the water. So all of Michigan's in the Eastern.
Okay.
So either way, though, I don't know. I feel bad. We got a bunch of viewers and stuff. I see them talking over on the YouTube side, but I think I actually am just going to go ahead and shut this down.
All right.
So I can go to bed. So
we'll have fond dreams of a bigger berm and a large tree fort.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm kind of thinking. And seriously, like I appreciate the idea of the shooting stand thing. I think that would work. And like you said, that opens up a new hunting location. Because they do run around in that field. Like, even where I was sitting this past year, deer popped out, like, from the woods, popped out into the clearing, like, right in front of me. I had some apples and stuff out. So there's a doe out there just chomping away on the apples. I didn't buy a doe license this year. I kind of, like, pick and choose when I want to get a doe license and when I just get, like, the regular buck tag. And a deer ran just inside the tree line. I thought it was like a spike. And we have an antler restriction. It has to have at least 3 points on one side. But I just saw him for like a second. I saw there was something on top of his head, but like not like a huge rack. I knew that. Anyways, he ran through the trees and then popped out into the clearing. And he was between like me and the road. So I couldn't like shoot that direction. I pulled the rifle up anyways to use the scope. That's when I found out that it was in fact a 6-point, like technically. He wasn't the biggest 6-point in the world. I know he was younger, but you know, it is what it is. He was legal. And I had to wait for him to walk back towards the doe so that I had an angle on him where, you know, I'm shooting just back into the woods instead of shooting towards the road. But I'm trying to picture where he popped out. If I did have a shooting stand where would be good for target practice, he would have popped out like 20 yards from that shooting platform. So instead of having to wait for him to come all the way back closer to me and then shoot sideways, if someone was sitting over there, they'd have that shot all day long as soon as he pops out.
Well, you also got to remember, deer are telepathic. They can tell when you don't have a doe license or when it's not hunting season.
They definitely, you're right with the hunting season part. November 14th, you'll see 200 deer. November 15th, you won't see a single one. They know what's up. And they'll come mock you too, especially if like the 14th is like a Friday night or something. So they know like you're coming up the night before just to like get everything all ready. Oh my God. All night long, they'll be kicking in your deer camp like, hey, what's up? You can't shoot us yet. 7 o'clock rolls around the next morning. Ghost town. You see nothing but tracks when you're walking out to your blind and not a single deer in sight.
Well, like last Monday or Tuesday, came home. I usually park in my back, but since it's in the middle of the spring thaw, you step out there and you sink about 3 inches into the mud. So I just parked out front, came in, looked out my back window, and from my back window to my tool shed, it's maybe 50 feet. 2 big does just kind of standing there by the yard light, kind of like, dee-dee-dee. Like, seriously? I saw nothing of you during hunting season.
Oh, well, that happened to me one year, although, I mean, a little bit different, but it was the year, whatever it was. Oh, it doesn't even matter what year it was, but the weather was like horrible. You know, I mean, I've been up there when it's been cold for hunting season. I've been up there when it's been like decently warm. Like that's, oh, hang on. What the fuck? What factory is that? Sorry, I just saw a paint shop on TV and I'm trying to figure out what factory that was. Why? Because I'm a nerd and I may have worked there.
Kind of like, oh, wait, no, I didn't work there. Never mind.
Well, that's what I'm looking at. The robots look weird. Like, I don't think those are Fanic robots. And that's pretty much the standard for paint shops. So I don't know if that might be in a different country. It's got a weird head on it that I'm not used to. So anyways, I don't know it. Sorry, I get distracted easy. So anyways, all I remember is the fucking year the weather was like horrible. Like it went from like freezing rain to like snow. Like at one point, because I just sit like outside. Well, I just got a pop-up deer blind for Christmas this year.
Mhm.
So like next hunting season will be the first time that I'm actually like in a deer blind hunting. And anyways, it's just horrible weather. It sucked, and I didn't see much. I mean, I may have saw like a couple deer. I always see at least something, but never got a shot. And just whatever. It was the shittiest year for hunting, one of the worst. So then I'm coming home, and this actually, it was when I did still live with my parents, but I'm driving around the corner to their house, and there's a fucking like 10-point deer sitting in the road, like fucking right around the corner from the house I was living in. Like, what the fuck, dude? I just spent 4 hours to drive up north and spent like 5 days sitting in the snow and the freezing rain and like, slushy, muddy, like bullshit, whatever. And there's a fucking monster deer like walking through my parents' backyard kind of thing. Like, what the fuck? Why'd I even go up north? Just buy a crossbow and shoot that fucker. Because
Because if
within
you
city
hadn't gone
limits, so I
north, it
obviously
wouldn't have
can't shoot it
shown
with
up.
a gun. But anyways, all right, man. I'm gonna take off. I'm going to bed.
All right.
So
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to the Smeggie Cave.
there you go. That's an excellent outro. I don't even think I can top it. So
I
yep.
don't know.
What he
And Ed
said.
apparently
Thanks,
wants me to
everybody.
keep doing it.
Yeah. So yep. Going ahead and shut this down. Like I said, thanks everyone for watching. Take it easy, and I hope some of the regular viewers that we see here, jump in one of these nights. You saw Tina do it. I think it's like the second chat she's ever been in. She did perfectly fine. It's not that hard to do it. So, take it easy. Oh, I see you out there, Maya. Yep, definitely. Good night. Sweet dreams. Don't let the bed bugs beat you up.
And if Midnight starts trying to bite you, just keep reminding them that you want that Wilson Combat custom comp.
Yeah, definitely. Wilson Combat. They're pretty good. So, all right. See you guys.